That's what you sound like.
That's
your fucking mom sounds like.
Hey, don't insult my mother. She'll kick your ass.
No, she won't.
Connor, some of us
Yes,
like
she
our mom.
will.
No, she won't.
Connor, have you ever been in an actual fight?
I fear no women.
My mom has been in multiple fights. She has slammed people's heads into the floor.
Oh shit. I have to teleport back, don't I?
Yeah, but you have the Faurora's wind set, so you should be able to get to where you were in the dungeon after.
Return. There we go.
To long story short, the union talk we were having before this with Hoyoverse, there's blame on both sides. Usually, I would usually say it's just the big company, but unfortunately for once it is also kind of the union's fault. And there's a lot of pissed off voice actors if you look into, like, what voice actors are saying. Because, like, most of them already wanted to get back to working, and the contract they had been offered was good. And it was declined. And like you saw that a little bit in just the normal actors strike, because SAG-AFTRA is also just like the normal actors.
It is also a normal actors union, yeah.
They kind of shivved the normal actors when it comes to AI protection in their sector, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Shivved, shanked.
No, shiv works.
You should put up the Discord stream.
Oh fuck, I should do that. Yeah, come
on. So like, as much as I would love to just blame Hoyoverse, I can't blame them for replacing them without telling the voice actors, because that's shitty.
That is shitty, but like everything else sounds like there's a fair share of blame that also can be cast on the union.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by, as much as I'd like to blame Hoyo, I've been keeping up on what's going on and listening to the voice actors who are both union and non-union. And it's just not good all around. They've been kind of put in a shit corner. And like,
partially of their own making, but
not intentionally. And like, to give an example of some of the shittiness, and what I mean by outsourcing. So a character named Kanich, got recast.
My Kanich,
No.
What?
But he got recast, even though the original voice actor maybe had done like a handful of lines. Like, never got the chance to voice out him until the strike started around the same time the character got introduced. Right? Well, they recast him with a voice actor in Japan for the English dub. And of course there were people who were like, hey, that's fucked up, you goddamn scab. And the Japanese voice actor went, I don't know what you guys are talking about legitimately. Because the strikes and stuff aren't known overseas and don't happen in the same way. So they fully recast. No. So they fully recast this voice actor with a guy in Japan and didn't give him any PR training about what was going on. And got death threats.
Yeah, it seems like a bad idea.
And part of the person who led the charge was Paimon's voice actor, who is a known shithead. But they recently said that they're refusing to voice act for Paimon anymore. So I guess we're getting a new Paimon.
Yeah.
Oh, that works.
Which to be fair, people are saying, at this point, it would be much better for the story if they just got rid of Paimon.
Absolutely not. Paimon is one of my favorite characters. Don't you ever insult my child again.
Yeah, I mean, there's some emergency rations.
That is still a running joke. The thing with Paimon, though, there are people who want to get rid of her, but, like, Paimon is kind of the character's voice, so getting rid of her would get rid of a lot of the, like, agency of a player.
I didn't get an agent. Oh, recovery heart!
Oh, Connor, you don't need an agent.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
What?
Hey?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, fuck.
Right?
Hi guys, hey guys, I'm here too.
So, they got me started on a rant that I actually have a lot of knowledge about. Jolly and I spent 3 hours talking about it in a voice call, like, a month and a half ago. Because we were left alone. But, in the larger scheme of things outside of Hoyoverse games, the voice actor strike should have ended by now. They were given a good contract, and Now they're getting fucked over because SAG-AFTRA is kind of a shitty union.
I didn't know there was a voice actor strike.
There's an actor strike.
Going on. Well, the actor strike isn't as prevalent
You
anymore.
can hookshot that.
From there?
He's a bit too far away.
Yeah, I think I'm too far away, dude.
But no, there's been a voice actor strike, and like I think like Warner Brothers has been on part of the strike, and
Yeah, no.
You probably have to go to the balcony. So
Yeah, I'll probably have to go around a different way.
actually, if I remember correctly,
Hold on, shut up.
right.
No, nothing's attacking me. Never mind. Okay, weird.
Yeah.
Continue.
There's in each of the adult temples, there's like a side area that you access by going to the scarecrows at Lake Hylia.
The fuck are you talking about?
One of them you give a custom tune to as a child, and then as an adult, you can play that tune at certain spots in each dungeon to unlock a shortcut to a place that has, like, usually a recovery heart or two.
Too much work.
A few golden sculptures.
Yeah.
So, I think that is that area for there. But you need to summon the scarecrows using a song you haven't set yet.
Yeah, too much work. Never mind. I'm good.
Yeah.
What's that Echo Lollipop people are always talking about?
Echolalia.
Yeah, Echo Lollipop, that's what I said.
Lollipop,
Lollipop. Oh, lollipop.
Hey, weren't they supposed to be making a new Lollipop chainsaw?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Fun fact, I've actually played Lollipop Chainsaw, and I really enjoyed it.
Adam loved it for the
People play
tits.
I've never played it.
Yeah, totally. No, you know what was weird about that game was there was an achievement, which I don't have because I'm a gay man. There was an achievement to like rotate the camera to like look up her skirt.
Yep.
I was like, that's weird. I just want to kill zombies and serve
What,
time.
you think looking up a teenage girl's skirt is weird?
No, but
Granted, is it?
yeah, no. Well, also it was her 18th birthday, so technically, ooh, she's an adult because she's 18.
She's an adult, but she's still a teenager.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that achievement. I was like, ooh, she's fierce, she's cunty, let's kill zombies. Oh, I said I would. We were at the grocery store. I think we were at the grocery store yesterday, and my mom couldn't figure out something, so I said, I
Yeah, hey,
took her
Tom.
phone and I.
Yeah, we were talking. She's fierce. She's cunty. Welcome to the stream, Tom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. You just missed our entire conversation about voice actors union guild shit. So, welcome to the cunty girl boss part.
Yes, welcome to Serving Cunt 101, Cuntology. I'm your professor. I'll be.
It's
Professor
better without
Slay.
context.
Also,
Okay.
you know what? No, I was gonna be mean, but I'm gonna leave it.
No. Who are you gonna be mean to?
Take a guess.
A mixture.
Mixture of who?
You and Connor.
I mean, you can try and be mean to me, but be careful. I do strike back.
That's fine. I was
The
just
Empire.
gonna say, I was just gonna say Connor shouldn't be in this class.
What?
Well, that's why
Cuntology?
it's Cuntology
Oh, yeah,
101. He can be in here because he's learning to serve cunt. He's still a beginner.
I'm learning the teacher made me come here so I can learn the basics of serving cunt.
Yeah, he's doing like a when you like have like a major but you want to like sit in on a class to see if you'd be interested.
It's a sit-in class. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting in on Cuntology to see if he's interested in learning
They're
how to
actually
serve.
called audits. For the
Okay,
actual time.
He's auditing Cuntology to see if he's looking to serve.
In fairness, you don't necessarily
well,
need to always officially audit, unless you've got a teacher that's a real pain in the ass. Sometimes you can just be
Well,
like, hey, can I just sit here and see if I like this?
Hey, guess what? I'm strict. Most of you won't pass my class.
Okay.
No,
It's always a bad sign of a bad teacher in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I figured. As someone who has a teaching degree and has had a teaching license, past tense, I let mine expire.
You won't all serve cunt after you finish this
Now
class.
that is true. You
Yeah,
can take
nah.
a class and learn. You can learn the principles, but can you do the practical?
Yeah, at the end of the semester, you'll all be expected to do a final project.
I'm gonna death drop for my project.
Yeah.
Connor, I love you dearly. You're gonna hurt yourself.
So I will reveal something you guys don't know about me. When I was a kid and into my teenage years, like for a brief period of time, I did gymnastics.
When you were in the 3rd grade,
What the
you thought
fuck,
Yeah, I used to be able to do a full split.
Hold on. We've been friends.
Yeah.
For 7-8 years now, and
Yep.
you've never lore dropped that?
It wasn't really like a super
You know
huge
what?
piece of lore, to be honest.
He has mentioned this before because I remember him saying that he could do a split.
Yeah, I
That's
To be
different.
fair, he well might have said it, but it's just one of those things that just immediately people forget. It's similar to every time I say I'm a twin.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
that
one of
is
those.
something I forget
It's one of
right
those
now.
details where you go, huh?
What?
Oh, yeah. See,
Huh. I don't know if I knew
Adam
that.
Moore's part is that I'm 100% sure he has said that while you were here.
But
Yes.
the thing is, it's so easy to forget.
And
But no,
every time we
I'm gonna.
kissed,
I'm
I
gonna.
swear I could fly.
I swear I could fly. No, I used to do gymnastics when I was younger, and then I later went and started doing soccer until my Osgood Schlatter became too bad to.
I'm sorry, you're what?
Osgood Schlatter. It is a growth plate inflammation in the kneecap. Yeah, you can actually still see the remnants of it because there's a lump, like just below my patella, the actual cap of the kneecap.
He's in my head.
And thank you for making a reference to the presence of the United States of America. Never
He's
thought
up-
that band would be
he's up.
mentioned.
He might be dead.
He might be dead. I developed something called Osgood Schlatter, which basically stopped me from doing soccer because it was just too painful. I could take a gentle strike in the knee and I would collapse in pain.
Oh, so what you're saying is, you used to be an adventurer
Uh-huh.
until you took an arrow to the knee?
No, there were no errors involved.
There could be.
But yeah, when I was younger than that, so like approaching my double digits, I did gymnastics for a time, and yeah, I used to be able to do a full split.
God, I haven't been double digits in years.
Adam, how old are you?
137.
Uh-huh, okay. This doesn't seem true.
How would you know?
Well, you understand.
Subject.
What?
Well, you said well. Deep subject.
Oh my god, shut up. That is fairly
Give me
impressive.
fountain.
Thank you.
That's about my age spear.
I'll kick your ass.
Sorry, no, Connor, I can't understand you.
I can't understand your accent.
That's 90% of the people talking to me.
Yay!
That is fairly impressive, actually. Was it something I said?
Probably.
Oh,
you were just
okay.
talking
No.
about the fact you could do splits, dumbass.
Oh.
Or
yeah.
the fact that I'm 137
No,
years
it
old.
was not that. I don't think it was that part, Adam.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
No, it isn't.
Wow. All right. How old are you?
I'm
Yeah.
Connor,
almost
do you actually
28.
know how old you are? There you go. I was like, I can tell you we're the same age.
It is one of those things where like it's one of those things where like I genuinely do have to stop and think about it for a little bit because my brain's like, hey, I'm still 25. It's like, no, you're not. You're not 25 anymore.
You're
Bitch.
only 25 in a hot minute.
God. To be
Uh,
125 again.
Shut up. How difficult the full split is. So the thing is like the real trick about a full split is a handful of things. First and foremost,
You're not doing a split with your hands. What do you mean?
first and foremost, it is not a one and done thing. You don't just go and try to do a split. That is how you seriously hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's how you rip your penis.
And that's how you
It's
end up
actually
on
so
the
much worse than that, Adam. So your hamstrings, not hamstrings, sorry. So I don't know what the word is for it, but it's the tendons and muscles that are going from your groin to your upper thigh. And
yeah, your outer peni.
yeah, your cock.
Yeah,
so
you
tear your cock.
Yeah, your dick and balls muscles.
But basically, if you try or were forced, to go into a full split when your body is not prepared for it, you will likely have probably one of the worst pulls ever. More likely than not, you will actually tear something. And
worst pulls ever? Worse than when I used to play Genshin?
we're back to Genshin already, I see.
Maybe you should get good, bitch.
Maybe you shouldn't talk to me like that, life.
But like the real trick for doing a full split, and like honestly, a majority of people probably can do a full split if you slowly work up to it.
Guess I got splits homework tonight.
I mean, it sounds absurd. Yeah, it basically is.
It's that's your cuntology homework for the night.
It's splits.
practice your splits.
I don't have flexibility in that part of my legs. I have flexibility more in my knees because I could put my legs behind my head.
Did anyone get the note from Professor Cunt?
The note from Professor Cunt.
I mean,
hey guys,
no,
this Pokemon region, really weird names.
Well, actually, technically, you could have a professor named Professor Wood.
I mean, Professor Oak is close enough.
Trees. All the professors are trees.
Yeah, it's true.
If you were a professor, what kind of tree would you be?
Fuck.
Yeah, the fuck tree. That's my favorite one. Hey, guys, you know what I didn't smell this year, thankfully? You know those trees that smell really bad when they're flowering?
No.
Oh, this Bradford pear?
What are you talking about?
Connor, when they're blossoming, they have really pretty white flowers, but they smell like a mixture of rotten flesh and something else.
I have no idea what you're talking. I'm being so serious. I don't know what you're talking about.
the juice trees. Yeah, they're really pretty, but they smell disgusting.
I think it's the Bradford pear tree.
I don't.
Legitimately.
It's
either that or a dogwood.
No, I'm being so serious. I don't know what that smells like.
Becca just confirmed it. Yep, the pears.
Yeah. So basically, Connor, it's not a big tree. They're like decorative trees. When they blossom, like when they bloom, they grow these really pretty white flowers, but they smell absolutely god awful. They literally smell like a mixture of rotten flesh and like rotten meat and man juice.
Rotten meat and man juice is
that's
the
what they
name of my
smell
band.
like.
Hey guys,
what's up?
What the fuck do I do?
So there's a ladder in different parts that
where
you can take. Basically, go back around.
Hey, Becca, I'll do you one better. Without saying where I work, my job's parking lot is surrounded by them. So it smells.
Is it you?
Absolutely rancid during the springtime.
It's not you.
But I don't remember smelling them this year, which was a
it's you!
relief.
Yep. Now you push, and now you can go around.
To obscure the scent of bachelor.
Yeah, that's the other kind of rotten man juice.
Unwashed man. God, they should start planting them in conventions.
Yo.
Line for brains, and the one she got was sort of rotten and insane. Small thing so sad that birds could land. Is lump fast asleep or rockin' round with the band?
She's lump. Yeah, when's the last time you thought about that song?
I mean, it probably within the year, but I actually do like that song. I will say, My favorite song that the Presidents of the United States of America made is also may also be the one about a guy fucking a peach.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Peaches.
sorry, what?
Yeah, the name of the song is Peaches.
The
And
thing
well,
is,
you
I
mean
don't know
Trump?
what you guys are talking about.
yeah,
You
it's
mean Trump during the 2024 election? in
Ayo.
Georgia,
no, so
because it's the peach state.
one of the lyrics in the song is, well, first off, the song's about a guy sitting and liking peaches a lot, and then hiding and like sitting below a peach tree. But one of the lines is, "Squished a rotten peach in my fist." And then it was squished a rotten peach in my fist and made a little room for a man to hide. Dreamed about you, woman. So you can tell where he's going with that.
No, I'm sorry, I don't understand.
He's fucking the peach and thinking about someone.
Listen, can't I make a goo?
No.
Just one. Hey, Connor.
No, man.
Hey, what the fuck is this?
No, Connor,
Oh, yeah.
listen to me. Listen to me.
hallway.
No.
Real close. No, listen.
What?
I want you to do me a favor.
No.
I want you to
I
go
want you
to
to go
the
fuck yourself.
I want you to go to GameStop, and I want you to go to the bastard at the counter and ask him if he has Bambi for the PS2.
I want you to go. Rather,
Ballmaster.
Floor master. Rather, I want you to go to GameStop and ask if they have M&M Racing for the Wii.
I am talking
I want
directly
you-
in your ear, young man.
I want you to go and I want you to ask if they have Battletoads.
The joke is M&M Racing for the Wii was one of the free games that they had on the Wii for like doing it, and despite it being free,
It was terrible.
Still was like not played by anyone. It's like in the era of Mario Kart clones.
All right, I'm gonna kill you.
At least most versions are easy to kill. They eventually turn around.
Yeah, but that's what the grenades are for.
Boop, 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 boop.
In Majora's Mask, they don't ever turn around.
That is Spooky Town. It's not skeletons. It is Redeads. But you're right, they are horrifying.
And they scream, and if you kill one of them, the others nearby will go over to feast on its corpse. No joke.
This is a kid's game.
Yes.
Sounds fake.
Gotta make a move to a town that's right for me.
You're doing like a lolly thing again.
What?
Gotta
What do
keep
you,
it moving.
what do you
keep it
mean
moving,
mental
it's
illness?
an
I don't know
energy.
what that is. I don't have
Is that a new
her.
type of fruit?
Hey, what'd you call me?
I said what I said.
If it was a kid's game, why did Ben drown? Now, okay. So this is one of those things that I actually do have some opinions on, because I like listening to it's called Creepcast. It has Wendigoon and Meat Canyon.
Yo?
That's really that he does like animations and stuff like that. You have seen some of his animations,
sorry,
I'm sure of it.
Maybe. I just don't like Wendigoon.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
He's just a guy.
Yeah, but I don't know, he just gives me bad vibes.
He gives me incredibly loud type of personality.
Die.
So.
He gives me
Die.
bad, conservative, Christian, right-wing gun owner vibes. Which I'm pretty sure at least a couple of those are true.
He is Christian and he owns guns. Yes.
Yeah, bad vibes.
Okay. Anyways,
As a gay man, I can't trust the Christians. I'm sorry.
so basically they did a reading of Ben Drowned, and they did not like the story. I'll be honest here, Ben Drowned is a decent story for the time period, and also it is It's a good example of an ARG.
You'll never guess the ending.
See, my problem when I think about Ben Drowned is I just think about Vinny Vinesauce, how Ben Drowned was one of his characters in his Tomodachi Life Island.
That's awful. Why?
Because he's Vinny Meme Sauce. He's got them fresh memes. I don't know. Connor didn't fucking make his characters.
Why didn't you? Give me your keys. That's not keys.
Me when I.
The keys are the bats.
Yeah, but okay, but how do you get door?
Do you have the bow yet?
No.
Right.
Yes, Tom Vinesauce mentioned. I frequently watch Mr. Sauce.
Mr. Sauce.
Yeah, Mr. Vinny Vinesauce.
That's what they're gonna call Vinny when he becomes a porn star.
Vincent Sauce.
Vincent Sauce.
I don't think he's put out a new RimWorld yet. Listen,
no.
he is single-handedly like letting me vicariously play RimWorld.
I don't have magic.
Me when I don't play a spellcaster in the game.
Me when I don't have my blue deck anymore.
What about? Oh, you're making Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I know. It was a terrible joke for a terrible game.
I haven't touched a Magic the Gathering card since I was in 4th grade.
Good. Save yourself. Don't ever do it again.
I have no interest.
Yeah. Touch grass. I'm trying, but I don't have any of my green deck.
Shut up! Cody, what do we do?
Let's see. Do you have the map or the compass yet?
Hey, I can't say that out loud because Becca's in the chat and she'll know how many Monster High dolls I have. And then she'll come to my house and tell me.
I have the map. I don't have the compass.
Thanks for the kumpai, Ray.
It's probably
mind
at
Excuse you?
one of the other rooms off in the
No, let her cook.
start the dungeon.
It's June. I'm not kink shaming any of my friends.
You should absolutely kink shame me. I'm sorry.
Look, I would only fuck Egg Boy Ray.
What?
Why Egg Boy Ray?
Because it's the funniest. Because it's the funniest thing I could say.
What the fuck does that mean?
Jess, would you be so kind as to post a link to Egg Boy Ray in the Twitch chat? Thank you so much.
Give me a second.
Unless you happen to be a sub to Ray, in which case you might be able to just.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it on.
I gotta be 100%
Was
the
it
only.
Beefy? No, it was Froggy.
There's Froggy.
It's Froggy who drew it. There it is.
I gotta tell you, my man, the only time I come to Twitch.tv is when we're live.
I hope you're not coming to coming when I'm live. That'd
Shut
be very
the fuck
uncomfortable.
up. Oh, I hate that.
I'm sorry.
I
wanna-
want to
call. What happened?
What?
No, you said something and I didn't hear it because I was talking.
I was making a horrible joke that I'm
It
not.
is for your good Christian mind. It's good that you didn't hear that.
What do you mean, good Christian mind? If I walked into a church, I'd burst into flames.
Tom, you're looking at that's Egg Boy Ray.
Not to be confused with Sugar Ray.
Every morning there's a well done, guys.
But I'll see if I can
think
use it
you
for
must
the
have
weekend.
missed
God!
I had to prove I knew the words.
I knew the words. My mom loved Sugar Ray.
Yeah, you must have missed the key because that door at the end of the winding hallway that is locked.
It's supposed to be unlocked. Fuck.
Well, no. Well, like right after that is where you get the bow, which
Fuck.
opens up a lot.
What'd I miss?
Let me
The
try
long
to
and
look
winding
up
road
The
that leads to your door.
keys. Okay,
What?
did you get the small key that is, I think, right outside the doors to the temple?
Huh?
So there's vines to the right of the entrance that you can climb up.
Vinny?
And then you can hook shot across,
No, I wouldn't climb Vinny.
like, outside the temple entrance. Which, at this point, it might be quicker to just die to respawn
It might
and
be
then use
quicker
this song.
to just die.
Or
Kill me.
there. Actually,
Yo, what's
yeah,
up?
so as soon as you step into the temple, it's in that room with the two buffos where you are now.
Oh, okay. So
But
I just
it's-
missed it then, because it is
yeah,
this one then.
It's to your right as you're entering. So right now, turn to your right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
Climb.
Shush, 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 shush.
Hey guys,
Yo.
who played
No.
Smash Brothers Melee?
Oh, me.
I did.
A long
You know
time
the
ago.
one level when you play like certain characters where it's like Zelda themed, but you're in like an underground maze and there's all like the husk people. It's really
Vaguely.
like,
Been a
Vaguely.
while
What?
since I've played.
what game is that? Like, what is that? Like, what Zelda is that based on?
I mean, judging by the release of Melee, it very well could have been a reference or a nod to Ocarina or Majora's Mask.
Because
Yeah.
it does give me the vibes of those like the creepy husk people in this game.
Also, Connor, you should probably get the gold skull tulip because you get the biggest wallet when you get 30 of them, and that's how you get the
Yeet.
tunic to go on in the breathe underwater. Makes the water a lot easier.
Can I say this music is kind of eerie in its own way? Granted, a lot of, I would say, like a fair amount of some of the music in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask is, I would say decently freaky or frightening.
And the absolute freak show of characters.
Leave me
really-
alone, wolf boy.
Yep, the freak show of characters. That.
Wolf boy,
Donna,
Yeah, what's
you
up?
good there, buddy?
I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
wolf boy,
Ed boy.
egg, fairy boy.
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
Ed boy. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the team effort there.
For a time, oh god, this is gonna sound terrible. For a time, there was a kind of a meme going around where they would take that bit of Rolf, where like he has torn open like the TV screen and there's static behind him, and he says, "Life has many doors, Ed boy." There was a time when people would take that and they would put that into unusual spots, like just as a meme. And someone definitely photoshopped it over someene's hindquarters, to put it politely.
I think one of
And
the
it's-
most
it
jarring
burned
places
into my
I've
brain.
seen it- One of the most jarring places I've seen that is someone taped that to the underside of the toilet seat. So when you lifted up the toilet seat, it just
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
I really thought you were gonna say that they photoshopped it onto 9/11.
Oh my god! Just where the hole where the first plane went in. That's
Yeah,
where Ralph was sitting.
life has many doors, Ed boy.
Life has many planes.
It may have been Carl Weezer. I think it may have been Carl Weezer's ass. Yeah.
Remember that one episode where Carl Weezer got Mpreg? It was like Alien Mpreg. Why were Nickelodeon shows like that?
Because the people running them had very subtly hidden fetishes.
Subtle? Have you seen iCarly?
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because what was that guy's fucking name? Dan something?
Schneider?
Schneider, that's it. That dude is a
Dan
fucking
Schneider.
creep.
Yeah. Have you guys read or listened to Jeanette McCarty's book?
Yes.
No, I
Wild.
need to. I need to.
The audiobook version on Spotify is read by her.
Oh, it is?
Yes, and it is
That's
worth it.
That's how I listen to it.
That's also how I listen to it.
Incredible, crazy, like ridiculous shit. So I don't want to say it sounds weird to
Within
say
the first
good.
5 pages, you want to go, oh my god, because
like it's bad.
like, to give context, within the first 5 pages, it's like shot in time near the present, not exactly present, but near it. Her mom is dying of cancer, and everyone's like trying to do things to get her to quote unquote wake up, right?
Isn't that
and-
like also a theory for like Doug Funny, where he's in a coma at a picnic or something?
Shh.
No idea.
No idea. Keep going, Jess.
And everyone else leaves the room, and Jeanette's the only one in there, and she leans over to her mom and goes, Mommy, I finally did it. I hit the weight you wanted for me. I finally hit 98 pounds. And she's like in her 20s at that point. She's so convinced by telling her mother that she has lost all the weight and gotten to the dream weight her mother wanted. She'll wake up.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It is a
fucking horrifying.
That's the first chapter.
like it is
That's the
very
prologue.
yeah, it's very good, very worth listening to. It is a heavy book.
It'll also make you hate Ariana Grande.
I already do.
Because she ruined Jeanette McCarty's chances of being a director.
That's I'm sorry. I already dislike Ariana Grande. It's as simple as that.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't really like her to begin with either.
She's
But,
just
you know.
like because she was the piece of shit that like there was a footage of her acting like a douchebag at some cafe or what have you, right? Like just treating a worker like shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. My problem is she gives big pick-me energy.
yeah.
Yeah, she's just a diva. You know, it's just like she's a diva. To be totally honest with you, I'm not saying this because I dislike her. I am saying this because I genuinely hold this opinion. I don't think she's that talented. Like,
No.
she's not as skilled as people pretend she is and want to act like she is. She's not good at a lot of things. She's
Right place, right time kind of celebrity.
right place, right time. She's pretty. Like that's about it. Call it mean. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but genuinely, it's just she's not as impressive as she wants to make herself look like she is. She's got the pipes. That's the thing. No, not really. She's mid. She's really not that impressive as a vocalist.
He's got some good, like some bops.
Okay, but that's the thing. A bop isn't the same as being same thing as being a good singer.
That being said, it was very funny when she shit on Pete for a while. But I'm also not a good person, and I thought that was funny.
I think Mariah Carey's a bad singer because, to be honest, again, her vocal control is not as good as it could be.
Yeah,
And-
but she does have that really good song that samples "Genius of Love" by Tom Tom Club.
Huh? What? You said a series of words, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about,
Here,
Chief.
Connor, I'm gonna send 2 songs in. I guess I'll send them in Crunchy Tunes.
And I'm biased. Yeah, I am biased because I don't like her music, but also like I also don't like her music because it's not good music. It's as simple as that. Like to a degree, it is both. I don't like it, and also it's not good.
Me when I think about Chick-fil-A,
Like
I don't like it, and it's not good.
Like, well, yeah, Popeyes is better. Okay, Popeye.
I can't wait for them to reopen the Popeyes.
You want a good spicy chicken sandwich? Get Popeyes. Fuck, get KFC. KFC has one now. Don't go to fucking
Hold on.
Chick-fil-A. It's nothing impressive.
Hold on. You're not gonna talk about the king of fast food chicken.
Oh, Raising Cane's?
Raising Cane's.
Does Cane's have a sandwich?
Yeah, it's still chicken tenders on some really good bread.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Cane's, absolutely. Cane's, duh.
We have a few. We have some. Yes, I haven't tried them yet.
Actually,
Cane's is really good.
it is. I will say,
It's just
if
it's not
I
close.
see
have to
one of those
drive
chicken places, I will go to Popeyes for 2 reasons.
No, I'm not checking for Papa.
One, I kind of fucking love Popeyes biscuits.
Fair, real,
I'm
true.
not a huge fast food biscuit
Like
because I'm a southerner.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not either. But guess what? That is a very nice, very buttery biscuit. That's what's great. But also, I'm not gonna. If I go to Popeyes, I'm probably not gonna get the chicken. I'm gonna get their 1/4-pound popcorn shrimp basket with some fries, which is so good.
Have you guys ever heard of Chester's Chicken?
No.
Yes, I know.
Okay, because we have some here, and I think it's really good.
Okay, you want to attack me?
I enjoy Chester's Chicken.
They're a little
It's
bit
not my favorite.
Chickadee
but
China, the Chinese chicken? You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chicken in China, the
Chinese chicken?
God, when's the last time you
Watch
thought
the
about
X-Files
that
with the
song?
lights on. What's on the mage on? I hope the smoking man's in this one.
Like, I like about being your friend sometimes.
What do you mean?
Yeah?
I'm amazing. I'm entertaining at the very least. Golden Chicken or Chicken Express? I don't recall. I don't know either of those names, to be honest with
I
you.
don't know what either of those places
Yeah.
I've never heard of either of those.
So I will say I'll trust your opinion. I'll say that they're probably good, but I genuinely don't know those.
If any of you are ever in a place that has a physical location for Shaq's Big Chicken, you have to try it.
Beg your pardon?
Shaq, you know Shaq, the boxer. Shaq. I mean, he probably could. No, Shaq, the basketball player.
So bad I died.
By the way, Connor, in the maze before the temple, if you climb up the ladder, go in the middle of it.
I could probably do
there's
some
one of the-
healing. Yeah,
There's one of the fairy fountains. so
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
gonna-
use
I'm
the
gonna go
fairies
there.
for your jars.
probably some southern chains. Yeah, that would make sense because like I lived in the Northeast and now I live in Wisconsin. So like I genuinely don't know all those places. I had Whataburger once. It was good. Oh, it's you.
Yeah, so if you ever see an actual physical Shaq's Big Chicken, 100% worth it. So good. I had it on one of the cruises we were on.
Oh, I forgot. You take more than one hit.
I think you're gonna say, "Oh, I forgot you've taken more than one cruise," and I was gonna be like, "Yeah, a couple."
What is this thing?
Hey, can I say these are the worst enemies?
Interesting.
I was about to smash my fucking controller into my desk, and I realized I can't do that anymore because this is a fairly lightweight desk. Did I go live on YouTube?
Let's see if I got the notification. I don't know.
I don't think I did.
Oopsie-doodle.
Oh, well, fuck them.
I have so many people
They'll
that
survive.
I don't believe you did.
Fuck them, they'll survive.
Nope, apparently not.
First they were afraid, they were petrified. Yeah.
That's how the song goes.
What's after life?
Further shot.
Wonderland.
It does work if you hit
Oh, fuck off! Are you serious? This is annoying.
What is the longest that you had to put a game down because you couldn't beat a particular level?
Probably years. Because like Wind Waker, like I was too scared of Wind Waker because if you went too far out of the bounds of the map, it would get all dark and red and freaky.
Yeah, the storms. Yeah.
Yeah, which when you're a kid is goddamn horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is this only producing less than one food an hour?
For me, it was a boss in Kingdom Hearts 2. I couldn't beat him, and I had to like put the game down for a few months.
Oh, there's several Kingdom Hearts bosses that you're supposed to lose to.
This was one.
You should have put it down forever.
Shut the fuck up. No, this was one that it was like his boss battle, and you were supposed to win. I just was bad at it for a hot minute.
Was it I can't remember the name of the Black Cloak group. Was it one of them? Because I remember
Organization 13.
Organization 13. That's it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because I remember that there was at least one of them that was a notorious pain in the balls. Just because of the way that the actual fight plays out. All right.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was the water guy.
Yeah. All right, go fuck yourself. Also, I can't, Cody. I don't have any stuff. There's a fucking stupid goddamn song, right?
Yeah, the forest song.
Don't be so rude to Mariah Carey. Her songs have names.
Yeah, I'd rather forget them. Thanks.
She was just the last artist we had talked about.
I wish that we could forget about her forever.
Wish you would step back from that lens, my friend.
Third Eye Blind. Goddamn.
Yeah. What do you call it when you like? I know echolalia is when you like hear a thing and you have to like repeat it. What do you call it when you just hear a thing and it makes you think of a song and you have to like make the reference? Because that's what I do all the time.
So that is
being really fucking annoying.
It's called being autistic. No. So
I mean, it could be.
There isn't really a name for that. So there's echolalia and echopraxia. Echolalia is repetition of words, or repetition of things that you've heard said. Echopraxia is, oh fuck, I can't remember the exact definition of echopraxia.
Because I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, like someone will say something and it'll immediately like word association, a fucking like music reference, and I have to do it every time.
And that's understandable.
Yeah,
that's understandable because in fairness,
being really fucking annoying.
Because in fairness, you said that, and you said word association, and my brain went to word disassociation, the song by Neil Cicierega, which is a really catchy song, even if it's complete nonsense.
Just like what's a really catchy song?
Yeah. You know what, Tom? I will agree with you on that. Cane's is good. Their sauce is really good. I think they do need a little bit more like seasoning in the breading.
Canes are okay, but there's better hockey teams.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Canes are okay, but they're the stinging pain, not a.
Shut the fuck. What?
Canes are alright with
Excuse me. In my Christian Minecraft stream?
No, I don't. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, do you get it now?
My brain was like, "What do you mean?" I thought she just said pains, and I was
Nope,
like,
she said canes.
Nope. Yeah, like Kate. Nope.
No, stop it. We know.
Sorry.
Meg's lining up the shot. Be careful.
Don't be so
Listen.
quick, too.
I
Walk
can't
away.
control what comes out of my mouth.
But you can control
no,
what goes. Nope.
I need to bite my tongue because I was about to say something and I was gonna be just as bad as you.
Was he gonna
Say
say
it.
I can control what goes into it?
Yep.
Though?
Because that's
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say too.
No, Tom, no!
Listen.
No, hey, listen, it's fine if you can say that.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
This is
I'm
stored
gonna
in the
get that
balls.
Finnick. No.
This is stored in the balls.
Yeah.
Can be.
Yeah.
Greg,
Coffee,
get that
so-
Fennec. You can't. I'm too fast.
Look what I can do.
Want to see me do it again?
No, Connor, that was a Mad TV reference.
Oh, sorry. That was a SpongeBob reference I made. Who's fucking laughing at me?
SpongeBob.
I'll be right back.
To deal with them.
Quick, Connor's gone. Everyone share secrets about your campaign 3 character.
Mine is a doctor.
Oh, a doctor? What kind of doctor is he?
Archaeology.
Oh, I
That,
was
that
okay.
tracks for you, Jess.
So
Hey,
not like an MD doctor, a PhD doctor.
Yeah.
Got
He's
it.
gonna be insufferable.
Oh. I don't think you need to worry about that because there's probably multiple characters like that.
And Connor also gave me control of building stuff for the island because of my character.
Building stuff.
Yeah,
I
I get to build the cabaret and a host club and a hostess club.
Yes, ball and love. All right, cool. I will
yeah.
smash a vase so that I can participate.
Oh, you could just ask David. He's got a membership at all 3.
It's fine. Just, I'm responsible for all of the statistics stuff, including the gambling mechanics.
Listen,
made a
that's
very
dangerous for me, and you know why.
I made a
Yes.
very good boy.
So
So
it's
did
my
Joe.
job to make the gambling addicting for
Hey,
you.
Connor.
never thought it would come to this.
How does being a werewolf work in like a D&D or a TOV kind of game?
It doesn't.
Damn. Well, there goes my
Yeah, it's
free,
no. It's I'm being dead serious. In base D&D, it's not a fucking thing. Like the only
I think
time
that's one of my favorites.
the only time it happens, it's basically a matter of, oh, you don't get to play your character until I'm done, and that's it.
It's a plot device for certain things.
So
effectively.
hypothetically though, if we wanted to be a werewolf and like play our character,
You wouldn't. It's the game doesn't support it. It doesn't have a.
well
you would.
that's stupid.
It is, but it's just
All right,
it's also.
here, let me rephrase the question. If someone in your game wanted to be a werewolf, is a
No,
hypo-
because
this-
Connor knows you're just trying to make Scott from Monster Pro.
Yeah.
no,
No?
listen. I've already made Scott from Monster Prom if Scott from Monster Prom wasn't a werewolf.
I think the biggest surprise is that I haven't asked yet.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that wouldn't be the last surprise because we would see that coming.
Hey guys, would you like to know one of my favorite things about Frostpunk that I finally got to?
Hey,
Cool.
what's up?
Very funny. No, so one of the big things is you have scouts that go out and look for settlements of resources and also like survivors, right?
Those are just the scouts from Civilization. But yes.
Can you
So
take
I
a
would-
werewolf in a fight, right? If you get past the knot, yeah, you can take a werewolf.
I would
Oh, he
gladly no, I'd gladly take it.
You mean fight?
Listen,
You could-
it can give birth to a child, so why can't it? I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Sorry.
You gotta shut
no,
your
you-
goddamn mouth. You need
No, hang on.
Jesus.
No, I need to not be single.
Man shirt.
I don't think that would help any. Yeah.
Surprisingly, it does.
me and my werewolf boyfriend.
Anyways,
Where, Ralph? What are you doing here?
can I talk about what I want to talk about?
Yeah,
Sure.
what's up, scouts?
Cool. So I'm scouting a place that's called a temporary settlement, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to read to you the description.
Oh no.
The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly planed face, someone chiseled the following. May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't. Exiles of Tesla City.
Uh,
I
Even though he thinks it's... What are you
Yeah.
doing, Stepwolf? So I had to read it.
Me as the direwolf rips me in half.
I'll also
I
take
mean- I
that.
mean,
Fucking
I might- yeah.
Andy.
Depending on the size of the knot, what end.
No!
Listen,
Can you
we all
have
have
a dire wolf is just like a really like McFucking Big Wolf, right?
No.
Well,
A dire wolf is actually completely different from a regular wolf. They're
So-
not. They're not even the same species.
So are there dire werewolves asking for a friend?
No. Like, at least
because
not in
all
base
extinct.
game. Mostly because like a werewolf is already supposed to be like, oh, it's a scary a scarier version of a wolf creature.
Yeah, but what if I wanted him to be bigger?
No.
then you cast
no.
them large.
Mm.
Dire wolves can talk, and they can tell you exactly how disappointed they are. Yeah, they tell you that you need to go to church and meet with your mother, and they really do think you should try to call your grandma a little bit more.
Both my grandmas
I
are
will
dead.
not
Next,
call my grandma.
next,
So you
uh,
should
next
probably
Same.
seek some help about your kinks.
I have no shame in myself.
You really gonna kink shame on Pride Month? This is why we need kink at Pride.
No! There's an unlocked door.
I mean, leather daddies were an essential part of kink culture, so like,
Well,
Absolutely.
Now,
kind of cool.
now you have to
And
go with
the whole movement.
you with the goats.
Oh, I had to backtrack.
They're mixing.
No,
yeah.
these rooms that have the ghosts in them, all you need is the bow.
Shoot the bitch.
Yes. With one extra step.
Alright.
All
Man,
right, who?
feel like a woman.
Now I could probably look this up myself, but okay, actually, so what the fuck is this? I
Yeah?
don't want to listen to Bruno Mars Spotify. Get the fuck out of here.
The rumor
The
come
only
out.
Bruno Mars song, the only
Bruno Mars
the only Bruno Mars song I will accept is Apa 2 because
Oh, fine.
Apa 2. So I think I asked this already, and I can't remember what the answer was. TOV versus D&D.
Mm-hmm.
How are they? No, hold on. Let me think if I'm actually trying to ask this question. I have 100% already asked this, and I just don't remember the answer because I asked it on stream, so it's not like written anywhere for me to like look. At one point during conversation with Becca, she referred to TOV as a 5e system, and I then I asked what the fuck that meant, and then you guys answered, and I don't remember.
It's because technically, Tales of the Valiant is based off of the same SRD as
it's-
D&D. It's
the
just
same
they
base, it's
fixed
got
it
different-
when they realized that it was an absolute mess, while Wizards of the Coast didn't.
Ah, okay. So, proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? Like, what is being proficient in something? If you're not proficient in something, can you still use it?
Yes, you just don't use it well.
That's the same with even like 5e.
The difference between that and 6 Dawn, odds are nothing. Like, I'll kind of cut the bullshit here for a bit. Advanced 5e, 6 Dawn, Tales of the Valiant, virtually every other, every version of like a 5e derivative or a 5e fix, they're all effectively the same. There are not many, if any, that would still pitch themselves as a 5e system if they then completely changed a lot of the main muscle and skeleton.
Hey, wait a minute,
Of-
Connor. I've boiled down your opinion on 5e. I just sent a meme.
Okay.
Ignore the top caption. Just look at the little thing in the actual picture.
So basically, like, it's since the if you manage to make a new system that was completely different from Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition and wasn't using the 5th edition system, you would not be calling it a 5th edition system. It's as simple as that. So like, if you made a game that had the it would be fun to fix, yeah, basically. Like, so like, if you managed to make a system that was extremely modular, so you can make your character be basically whatever you wanted because like you had the rules there. First off, you're making Pathfinder effectively. Second, at that point, even if you started with a 5e system, you would not be calling it a 5e system anymore, because you have done something that would require so much change and so much improvement that Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition physically would not resemble what you are doing right now. Now,
Hold on, can I?
Huh?
Sorry, I was gonna say I'm gonna try and put it into a way my brain can understand.
Mhm.
So, have you ever heard of parts sharing?
Is that
When it
like
comes to
is
the
that like sharing spit?
I mean, that's someone's. No.
Never mind.
Adam, I have. Yes, go on.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
I was gonna say I genuinely don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In fairness,
So, in the car industry, yes, he's talking about cars. Everyone brace yourself. Sometimes what manufacturers will do to cut down costs is they'll share, like, components or entire, like, chassis or, like, certain parts with other car companies. So,
It's not just
Gotcha.
cars that do that.
So
A lot
technically,
of,
like-
classical companies do it too.
so, like, for example, the one that I can use in the early to mid 2000s, Mazda had a partnership with Ford had better example, Volkswagen. You guys know Volkswagen, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the early, I want to say it was the late noughts, early 2010s. Volkswagen wanted to make a minivan, but instead of like fully developing their own minivan, they basically went to Chrysler, and Chrysler gave them the bones of the Grand Caravan and the Town and Country, and then Volkswagen basically made their own minivan out of it. So technically, underneath, like, they're very similar chassis. They may even share like drivetrain components. I don't know if this is as accurate.
It's getting fairly long-winded, but you're effectively they're saying that they share the same skeleton, but they are different past that point. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like that.
Yes.
It's kind of like a 5e system in the sense that the bones are the same, but the skin's different.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, so like, yeah, but like Six Dawn, and I haven't done all the reading I could on Six Dawn. Just because like I am bad about sitting down and reading something unless I'm actively looking for something new. But like ultimately the way that it works for that and virtually everything else is they're working with the same skeleton and they're just trying to make something better. And to a degree, the ideas behind the 5e skeleton aren't bad. It's the execution of those components. So there's nothing wrong with having a proficiency skill and having 6 stats and having a set of skills. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is how it's being executed in that system. That's the issue. The simple fact of the matter is that 5e does a piss poor job of using all those things that they have.
Okay, but what about a system where there's 4 stats: charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent?
I don't know what you're making reference to.
I needed Jess here to understand that.
Huh? What?
I
Jess is
said
dead.
because Connor was talking about like a system with 6 stats, and I said, what if there were 4: charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent?
No. Alright. Oh wait, I just got a text from Joe. Oh, sorry y'all. I gotta go get the gay boy from work.
Oh, go get gay boy.
It doesn't really matter how many of the stats.
Feel like in a half hour.
Okay,
skills
Okay.
you have
it was a RuPaul's Drag Race reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, it's the system for
Cody was like, "Oh, we're done talking
that
about that."
is
We are.
the part that determines the kind of system it is.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like a lot of those niche systems that try to do more than just like the 6 skills or like the 6 abilities and like all the skill, like listing out the skills, they kind of do tend to kind of wind up lose something. So like there is a reason why having 6 abilities and a bunch of skills works so well. Like Pathfinder still does it. It's because it's a really effective way of handling it without seeming too overbearing and without cutting it down to the point where it doesn't feel as impactful. Because like there are systems where basically they cut it down to like 3. You know, they cut it down to like body, mind, and spirit or something like that, or whatever you want to call it.
Adi.
But like the problem is that by cutting it down to just 3 main stats or skills or whatever you want to call them, you have effectively just kind of penned in players very quickly. Because now your player doesn't have a choice past one of those 3 options. And it's just
health, stamina, and magicka.
I mean, effectively, yeah. Think of it like Skyrim if you didn't have all the other skills. Like it's
which of these 3 classes do one play?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what the class abilities are. It's still effectively boiling down to those 3.
Man, women, and children.
Pathfinder has bones rooted in D&D systems. You're correct. Yeah, absolutely, it does. Like it was based in 3.5 because that was when they were basically fumbling the ball at that point, and someone stepped in and made something better because Pathfinder was better. And it just happened to also still work with everything that 3.5 had.
As though they aren't still fumbling the ball.
I mean, they are still fumbling the ball, definitely. Just in a very different manner.
So how's Pathfinder as far as like a game that lets you do like the role play like story elements?
It's fine. It's fine. It's the same as any other role play system. It's just complicated.
My man, I've never played a game.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you know what D&D is. It's the same as D&D. It's the thing is about Pathfinder is that it is more complicated. You have more numbers. You have more complexity.
So what exactly is it that about that? Like, what makes it more complex? Why is it so much more like
Options
and
math.
A bunch of trees. Like you have a whole thing. A bunch of things that are these prerequisites and those prerequisites and prerequisites.
Yeah, but isn't that good?
I would say yes. Problem is that since it's so complicated, it means that if you're worried about being optimal, which I don't think anybody should feel like they should do in a game.
Incorrect. I need to get a good grade in TTRPG.
No, that's not a good grade. That's just being optimized. Like if you feel like you need to be optimized or do really, really well in it, then all of those options create a form of almost like analysis paralysis, where you feel like you've got to do it right. So you sit there and you keep thinking and thinking and thinking. Then
that sounds dangerously like the territory that I approach regularly.
And 3.5 was Tom is right. 3.5 was a system that was like based around the idea of being optimized, but like that was also very much a kind of a byproduct of the time, where like the time period was like you're optimized, you're here to fight, you're not here to be RPing or what have you, which has changed substantially, I'll say.
So how I know you guys have been doing a lot of like behind the scenes work as far as like us switching.
Yeah.
I say us switching, but it's you guys switching and then me coming in as a babby. But like going from 5e to TOV, like what kind of like what am I trying to ask? Basically, I guess I've never watched people play TOV. How does it look like it's gonna like do as far as like a long?
The same as Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Slightly different rule set, and apart from that, effectively all the same roles, all the same mechanics.
So it's gonna be kind of, we're gonna use Car again.
Do we have
it's
to?
It's kind of gonna be like just humor me. If
It's
a
like
car,
you have a European car, and the only difference is the steering wheel is on the other side.
or a car, they did the parts sharing, but the company that they gave the parts to, the chassis to, used the same interior, so
Yeah.
all the buttons are in the same place.
Basically.
They just have a different font on them to match the brand that they are. BMW. Toyota Supra. Man, I should get that top like that. Guys, I need you to understand, when I like equate things to cars, I need you to understand. The other day, my brother's girlfriend was here again, and she's studying to be an eye doctor. And I asked her about how LASIK works, and when she started to explain how they like what they check because of how they work with LASIK, like how LASIK works, I went, oh, kind of like when they do a paint correction on your car. So I need you to understand that that's just how my brain thinks. Like, that's how I like put like things into like understandables.
Ironically enough, Tom, you use the term bootleg here, but like almost always the bootleg is worse, and yet somehow in this case the bootleg is better. Like it's just very funny. Someone just gave Adam the autism diagnosis. Yeah, trust me, he needs it.
Shut up!
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I wrong?
Why am I not allowed to have interests?
You are allowed to have interests, but you are showing your interest in a way that is very similar to people with autism.
All right, well, none of you in here are qualified to give me that diagnosis, so please don't.
I was working on a psychology degree.
All right, show me your fucking degree then, bud.
I said working on it, didn't mean I kept it.
Yeah, so you can't.
Well,
all right, I'm
degrees
gonna
are kind of meaningless in the modern environment.
There's a thing here. Where's the thing?
So I think I'm gonna put myself in emote only mode. Let me know if anyone actually needs me.
Okay.
All the emotes are cars and cruise ships.
Okay, you know what?
We have fun here.
That's a word. That's not the word I was gonna use, but
Which is money anonymous.
being bullied.
You're responsible for at least 3 adult diagnoses. I feel like you just get the degree and bite the bullet, Bears. Did I jump down? Should I jump down? I will jump down. I think I have looped. I have looped.
So I'm only half paying attention, so I'm not exactly sure.
I'm playing the game and I'm only half paying attention.
We are, but now that you have the
Pathfinder 1 to Pathfinder 2 is like World War Z the book to World War Z the movie. God, you are not wrong about that part. I will say Pathfinder 2 is, I want to play Pathfinder 2, but there's a certain amount of, again, it is a more complex system past the 5e skeleton. But man, I would love to sit down and play that one of these days.
Yeah, like I love Pathfinder a lot more than 5e.
But
the problem is I haven't played enough Pathfinder to be able to like just homebrew anything off the top of my head.
Well, it's one of those situations where the game, how would I describe that? If you know what you're playing with, it's not hard. It's just it just takes math. It takes a lot more math.
I can set up the stuff at the with enough time, But my thing with playing is a lot of flexibility for the players, so it's like, I'll have an outline, but some things I just make up on the spot.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how you have to play it. I mean, there's no real, unless you're making a full adventure module, which not a lot of folks do. There's not in role-playing style play. There's not a lot of room for just kind of winging it, you know, like you.
But what are the stats of this thing? They're trying to see if this character is lying or they're doing an obvious lie. What should I roll?
Yeah.
Against it.
It's yeah. It doesn't feel like the cousin to 5 anymore. Yeah, it doesn't. It's Pathfinder 2 is a very different beast from Pathfinder 1. And in a good way or bad way, depending on how you look at it. Because some folks like that 3.5 feel. And in which case you're probably not going to feel as much of it in Pathfinder 2e.
And some people like sounding.
So yeah, some people loved reaming rods into their cock, but you know what? Those people are a little weird. Yeah, the 3-action system's smart. It is very simple. It is very straightforward. It is meant to make it feel a little bit more, not authentic, but it makes it feel a little bit more like genuine about it. So like you're not doing something that feels arbitrary. Like it is you. Yeah. Yeah. Main, side, bonus, free, left action, right? It's like, yeah, that feels really annoying. But like just saying you have 3 actions, it takes it from some arbitrary name to, oh, okay, so there's an actual thing that says. So it just makes more sense. Oh man, they twisted my cock again. Yeet. How many played Divinity Original Sin 2? Never played Divinity Original Sin 1 or 2.
I'm not sure if I've played it. Definitely seen it, but...
Oh, okay. There we go. It's a masterpiece. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, it's a Larian Studios game. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Actually, I honestly just didn't know anything about the game, in total fairness. I had heard of it, but like I never sat down and played it. Or even watched anything on it. Sleepy.
This room has a bit of a...
I'm fine.
Should be fine. Just if you get fully lost.
Yep. Time-based action point system. That's honestly one of those big things that I feel like a lot of games really need to brush up on is understanding the whole like action economy idea, because otherwise you wind up with some really muddy and not unpleasant but just confusing shit. You know, it doesn't.
It does the time-based action system really well.
Yeah. Like, I think it will be really cool if someone can make a system where you literally are like, okay, you have a minute to come up with your action and you have to decide on your own. That'd be kind of cool, but the problem is I think that could get muddy really fast.
Yeah, or your thing like each action takes X amount of time.
Yuck!
And
Oh, ceiling's falling down. That's bad.
like each action takes X amount of time, and so you roll your initiative, but then after that, it just bumps you further down in turn or something like that.
It would be literally impossible to litigate without having being a computer game. Yeah, I think so too. It's like it would be like a fun idea, but past that point, I don't think you could ever have it be anything more than an idea, just because of how much more it would need for it to work. So like it's not feasible. Fun idea, not realistically usable in any way, shape, or form.
It would take someone who is really good at like keeping track of that stuff to run it.
Yeah. Oh, arrows. Cool.
I think this is only dungeon. Maybe the Light Temple also has some arrows.
Hello.
Instead of...
Oh, I shot him.
Yeah. And now...
Oh god, it's a slide puzzle. Fuck.
The puzzle.
Oh, fuck.
The thing they did with the puzzles in this game is if you failed them, you get, I think, 10 or 15 extra seconds for each subsequent attempt. I don't know if there's an upper limit.
Smart. We're gonna see how high that limit goes.
Some dumb kid can have like 4 minutes to complete this.
Some dumb kid. Cody, I'm some dumb adult, alright?
You're better than that.
Then what? You know, I mean, give the youngins some credit. They can learn to appreciate the game between looking at their phone. Yeah, okay. I don't see how a minute was gonna be feasible there. All right. This feels like it just gets meaner.
Yeah, it's kind of random. It basically has the same layout.
Yeah, I can tell. It just swaps around the sides.
So it is possible to do it in a minute if you do like no.
Yeah, do it perfectly.
Which is good for speedrunners and stuff like that. But because of the randomness, there is some variation with it. Which means this puzzle could literally be the difference between setting a world record or not. Depending on how the blocks fall.
So that's the thing, like 1E D&D, like it has a place. It's a decent system. It's just, god damn, it is not nice. It is the system that will rip you apart, spit you out, and expect you to make a new character. Like that's it. That's 1E. So like, can I say anything bad about it? It's like not really, but also know what you're getting into.
I mean, yeah. 1E was like the board guys in the basement.
No, it was. Well, also, I think 1E is also very much the. Yeah, you come with a stack of sheets. Yeah, well, 1E was also, I think 1E was also the system where they had Greyhawk Castle, I think it was called, or something like that. And they also had a bunch of modules or adventures that were just straight up ripoffs of other pieces of media, which you could never do nowadays. Like I think in Greyhawk, I think in one of the castles, Grey something, I can't remember. There is straight up like a room where you run into like the Star Trek crew, and they have phasers and shit like that. You can't do that nowadays. If you did that, you would get a lawsuit.
Yeah. Also, now that you've dealt with the 3 post sisters that have you fighting in the main stuff, I can tell you the easy way to do it is to just let them spin and run into your shield, and that staggers them. And you can. Are you serious? And take them out really easily. But this fight is different, so now.
Bitch. Oh.
Yeah. She's grieving. Yeah. My thing is telling you the strategy after you've already dealt with it.
Yeah, because then nothing bad's happened. I've already won.
Yeah. But that's how you learn as a child.
There's got to be a slight difference.
There is.
Oh, is it you? Yeah, it's you.
Yep, the one that spins.
All right. Well, that was.
It's
All right.
incredibly obvious.
No.
And they give you so much time as well.
Yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Cody, please look up the name for this to make sure I'm getting this right. But I think there was a 1E adventure that was literally going into like Alice in Wonderland, like through the Looking Glass or something like that. If please look it up to make sure I'm not losing my mind, because I could have sworn I had heard about that. Dungeon Land, that's it. And one of the very first things that you encounter there is the caterpillar smoking a hookah. And it's such a nefarious encounter because he doesn't immediately fight you. But what he does do is he just slowly talks to you, and he seems very mellow and relaxed. And if you listen to him for too long, your characters get automatically convinced to join him, smoke the hookah, and that's it, game over.
Yeah, contact high.
Yeah, like that's unbelievably brutal. That is
Imagine
insane.
sitting at the table and your DM just takes like 15-minute watch glass and turns it upside down and you're like, what is that for?
But like, it's just there it is. That's 1E for you. Choose the most brutal bullshit ever.
Sure, that's a lot of games. It's just 1E kind of. It's well known.
Oops. Nailed it. Yes. I had a fuck. I'm stuck here now. What do I do?
So there's you can push some. Let me.
Whatever. There's nothing up there. There's nothing up there. Your character is cut in half. Well, I'm dead, I guess. Yeah, that's 1E for you. There's no damage to a trap because you just fucking die.
Kind of good in there and push the pillars like they're boxes.
Oh wait, I can push them? Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. And you might have to do all the way around depending on which way you push. Because there's stuff inside.
What? I don't think this is how rooms work.
No. But this whole dungeon is pretty weird in terms of the physics of it.
Alright, the estrogen's back. What I miss?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Thanks.
I killed some
I said
pose.
the estrogen's back. I'm not very estrogen heavy, so that's not a good way to announce me being back.
The estrogen's back, and you're gonna be in trouble.
Probably more than
Hey, now.
most
Hey,
of
now.
us.
The estrogen's back.
Maybe, but I have a lot of androgen, which is essentially
Yeah.
female testosterone.
I mean, according to the GOP,
Androgen?
you qualify as a diversity hire.
Oh my god.
That's true. Anyways, I'm back, lads.
Hey, oh,
Jill is back home.
that's good. Do they have a long work day?
They worked at 2.
Okay. Not too bad.
No. Back
Help!
to Frost Punk. Oh,
I need somebody help. I'm tired.
Not just anybody. Help.
Oh.
Also, that's on you.
Uh,
Check for caffeine.
no.
Or go to bed. Your choice.
Too early for that. I still have to play some Cyberpunk after this. Hmm?
So no one's making you.
I'm making me. That is who is making me. Me. I want to play more Cyberpunk. I'm going to play more Cyberpunk. That's it. That's all there is to it. Oh, Christ.
Imagine if this was your house and to get into your door you had to like push
Yeah, I gotta
walk
shove the
around
fucking walls.
and like press multiple switches in order.
I don't think I'd go home. I think I'd buy a new house and I don't know, see if I could rent this place out to the US government or something like that.
Yeah, oh.
Oh, I'm gonna go fuck a boss.
Hey, yo. Sorry, there's something wrong with me.
No, that's fine.
Well,
Something wrong with everybody here.
there's many things wrong with me. Not just something. Just walk in, try to leave. You'll need some arrows, by the way.
Oh, whoops. Oh. Oopsie doopsie.
Technically, you don't need arrows, but they make it so much easier.
This doesn't seem right.
It's Phantom Ganon, not that.
Ah, he looks so different. He looks much scarier than this game than he does in actual like later games. Because like Wind Waker does like the whole kind of like funky stylized version of him.
Oh, I forgot there was a fucking survivor's place of just children. Oh, that's...
I'm gonna appear
The
if
fuck?
you want to know when to shoot.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just got a message from my boss. He was like, I had to send him a message midway through the workday where I was like, my computer just completely reset. I don't know what the fuck happened. And he only just saw the message and went, yeah, sorry about that. That happened to like everybody, like half of everybody.
We
Oh,
had a
fuck me, I
similar
guess.
problem today at work. The phone lines didn't
Yeah,
work.
but area, and then this one is.
Oh shit, I do.
Instead of recovering 4 hearts, it recovers all your hearts.
Thank Christ.
Which is especially big if you have all 20 hearts and double or half damage.
Big if true.
Can I talk without being bullied now?
What?
Jess, I was being bullied while you were gone.
What'd they do
Have
to you?
shoot the, like, heart on the purple making board.
Well, you've had a conversation with Connor before.
Yeah, it makes you want to kick his teeth in. I'm aware.
Where are you, fucker?
I got diagnosed again.
Oh, good.
My guess is autism ADHD.
And also, every time I ask a like TTRPG related question, it feels like I'm being explained to like I'm 3.
You're just being explained to by people who have a lot of experience and almost a hyperfixation on the subject.
Where the fuck are you?
Yeah, it feels kind of patronizing.
Fuck. Come on, come on, come on.
So next time I have a question, I'm just gonna Google it instead.
Okay.
Okay, that's... Well, I mean...
Fuck. Come on, you bitch. Feels like we're supposed to trade right there. Nope, not that.
Nope.
Oh wait, is this the bounce back thing?
Yep, it's like tennis. Which is, again, because this is a mechanic in like every single Legend of Zelda.
I didn't even think of that.
Why didn't they put Link in like the Mario Tennis games? They're both
Link and Mario Tennis, except he's just using a sword.
Well, they're both Nintendo. A mechanic they did in all of the like 3D Legend of Zelda games was this tennis fight with Ganon.
I'm losing this tennis fight. Fuck, I'm losing this tennis fight. Fuck, I'm losing this tennis fight. Come on, bitch. Fuck. Oh well, I saved.
Hey, it's now much easier to get to the fairy fountain because you can just shoot that big guy with your bow.
Big guy with my bow?
Yeah,
Yeah,
shoot me with your
outside
bow.
the front of the.
Oh! I see what you mean now.
So if you want more,
I'm not.
fairies, it's
I also,
easy.
Adam, I don't own a bow in real life. I cannot shoot you with a bow.
Buy a bow, shoot me with your bow.
I'm good.
I wasn't giving you a choice.
I
It was
know how to properly
instructions.
string a bow.
You're going to notch the bow for me. You're gonna put it at me at your head.
Pull the
Shoot.
trigger.
Pull the trigger, Piglet.
That's still
You
love
did?
the noise they make.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Who's grunting? Nope.
Who's groaning?
Ayo?
Ayo. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Don't be. I'm glad you're
I
back.
don't.
I was
I don't-
about to make a joke, but no, I probably can't make it on Twitch.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Jess
I
has
apologize
pushed our
greatly.
luck on stream several times.
Listen, only one of those is actually an alarming, and I do still apologize for that.
It
It
was-
was a genuine accident.
It's fine. I only rib people on stuff like that when I actually do care. Otherwise, I'd just be angry. But like, no, I know you made it. I know it was a mistake because you literally have a speech impediment. It's fine.
Hey, just know that if I ever do it, it's on purpose.
Don't.
Like a little baby idiot.
I'm low on arrows.
What was that?
And you know the best part is? You'll never know if I'm joking or not.
What do I do?
You could get any grass spots and things like that too.
I'm about to run out of coal again.
Completely unrelated to any of the conversations they're having. How many kids do you think had to be brought to the emergency room during the height of like the Naruto craze because they broke or dislocated fingers trying to gather the pieces.
More than you want to know.
Quite a few, probably.
We had a printout.
Print out for dislocated fingers on from
Yes,
ninjutsu.
yeah, yeah. We had a printout with the statistics of everything that happened. Yep.
Why did I get one?
Because you didn't earn it.
What the fuck?
You don't believe.
Yeah, I couldn't clearly see your ninja way. No, you asshole. We had a printout for all the different like hand signs you could do and some of the combinations because it was 7th grade and that's what you did.
You can't attest. You did a lot of stupid shit.
I didn't know that.
One of the same friends that I had that printout also like, you know, when the kids are idiots and they snort things. I believe it was Crystal Light.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was probably Crystal Light.
I did not do it. I watched him do it and went, why are you doing this?
Is there any way for me to teleport out of this forest area completely?
Yeah,
You have one of the other songs you can. Like one of the other teleportation songs.
Yeah, I don't.
However, I don't.
No, I've
well,
got.
First, in order to teleport, you need to have a 7th level spell slot. It's you and up to 8 willing creatures.
I'm trying to think if there's any other earlier spells you could use for that.
Teleportation circle.
That's 6, I think, right? Yeah, that would work. Ah, hold on. Pot.
5th level.
Pot. Oh, it's 5th level. Okay.
Yeah. But you gotta have enough chalk to draw the fancy circle.
Okay, that'll
Because
do it.
I like when cars get brought up because then I can have a conversation and feel like I know something.
I don't know anything either.
That is incorrect.
I'm
That's
kind of
not-
a dunce.
That's also not true.
It's like a pump
Jess,
house.
Jess, I know for 100% fact, I would bet my life on the fact that you are smarter than I am.
Can I say something and not be mean?
You agree?
Yeah.
I mean, the
it's-
number of degrees.
That's a little
standpoint-
hurtful, but it's not wrong.
That's the entire reason I'm saying that, Cody, is because I have 2 college degrees on.
Yeah, I think Jess is technically the smartest one.
Boy.
But mine is kind of cheating.
Well, yours is it's history and
Social studies education.
yeah.
That's why it's kind of cheating.
So you know things because you need to know things for teaching kids.
Yeah, I also have minors in psychology and political science.
You double minored?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I have
By
2
the
college
time-
degrees and 2 minors.
By the time I thought about minoring, it was too late.
The only reason I could minor is because I took an extra year of college from when I changed degrees. Because I was
Well,
a
listen.
psychology major.
I also have an art degree, and I was going to minor in creative writing, so that's not...
Yeah.
Neither of those are intelligence-based.
Say I to a degree.
No, don't make me feel better. I think I'm probably one of, if not the least intelligent ones in this group.
I mean, intelligence is also very much not everything.
And the American education system is not a good way to measure.
The American education system is a terrible way of measuring it, and so is the IQ system.
Yeah,
Who's talking about either of those? We're just going off of vibe.
Is like
Vibe-based intelligence check.
Yeah. No, my intelligence score has a negative modifier. That's all I can think of.
I hate you, please die. I hate you, please
It's
die.
fine. At least I'm
I hate you,
tall.
please die.
There's no need to say that to me, Connor. I know you hate me, but it's kind of rude to tell me to.
I hate you. Not you. No! Fucking Jesus Christ. I hate you. Please die.
Guys, none of you have, and this is not me fishing for it, I just can't help but notice, none of you said, no, you're wrong, like, no, you're not.
There's a very simple reason. I don't want to encourage someone fishing for compliments when
I'm not.
I know that I don't want someone to feel like they have to be complimented to feel like that's not true. For the simple fact of the matter is, it almost encourages a person to talk down on themselves more, whether intentional or otherwise. That's why I don't acknowledge it.
Well,
Because I don't want you to constantly criticize yourself
Too late.
and feel like
Oops.
you have to be reconfirmed by other people that you aren't there. It's not a good source of confidence.
God, what have bad news for you.
Yeah, I've got great
don't
news for you.
follow
Go to therapy.
elements. Like, it's not.
What do you mean, no?
It's 2 letters, Connor. I didn't fucking stutter. N-O says no.
Therapy is good. I would say therapy is good for literally everybody. Like there are no circumstances where I'm going to say no. You really should not go to therapy. Everybody should go to therapy at least once.
Still, one of the most impactful things I got told in therapy was during my last session with this woman. Because I was talking to her about my accent. I was like, yeah, I kind of got a funny accent. People point it out a lot around here. And she went, what do you mean? I say, I enunciate very much all of my words, and I use a lot of $5 words compared to most people. And she went, is it that your accent is funny or that people just don't understand you? And I said, Sarah, we don't have time to unpack, and we have 10 minutes left of this appointment.
Finally.
No, we
Hark
don't have
at
time to unpack all of that.
Loading up to. I just noticed.
But it was a cinch.
Tom, I just noticed that you said, I'm so sorry about Dungeon Draft not working. Continue, sorry.
I was gonna say, it was essentially her just going, are you sure you're the problem and not everyone else? Which is a wild
Nothing
statement
wrong.
to tell me.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the fancy words. I use a bunch as well.
It's been an hour, Tom. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Trying to load up the Sims 2 body shop, be like,
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to explain it to me. Well, I've been mute my entire life, so I won't. Maybe your RAM's bjorked. Control Alt Delete, pull open performance, check to see what your memory usage right now is.
but if it's Bjork, does that mean it's gonna wear a swan dress and start singing in Icelandic?
I think it's Icelandic. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Someone look up what nationality Bjork is. Someone, sorry.
Yes.
Someone look up what nationality Bjork is.
She's Icelandic.
She is Icelandic? Okay. Sorry, I will always be your friend. Oh, that's sweet. Anyways, I'll forget your name eventually.
Oh my god. I haven't heard that
Hey,
song in
guys.
forever.
So,
What do you think the worst thing that the internet has exposed you to that you still keep inside your life?
the Bjork Stalker.
I'm sorry, the what now?
The Bjork Stalker. So the guy who, there was a man who, does that look like the face of Mercy to you?
Yes.
Ew.
Hi there.
Loved him.
I'm the Decatrue Spout. Because you and Saria broke the curse on the forest temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot.
I would kill for that man.
Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they?
Connor, please don't give him the same voice as the owl.
I'm not. The owl talks like this. This guy's just more
You are,
normal.
but you are dangerously close.
I know. That's because the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you're not Kokiri.
Adopted.
You're actually a Hylian. I'm happy to finally reveal the secret to you.
Compare with the fucking dad.
Yeah. I think it is a down the rabbit hole. You're correct. But yeah, so the Bjork stalker, Jess. I'll describe this instead of this because who cares? The Bjork stalker was a man. I think he was either Portuguese or Spanish. I can't recall.
He stalked Bjork.
Yeah, and he tried to mail her an acid bomb.
Horrifying.
It got caught, so Bjork didn't get burned by it, thankfully. But he videotaped his obsession with her basically all the way up to the end. And the last recording is the one that I'm talking about that is so horrible to see because it is the recording where he ends his life.
Yikes.
With a firearm.
Yes.
And it is visible on the internet, and I'm going to say very bluntly to everybody here and listening, so Tom and Bears, please do not look that up. It is really rough.
Can we go back to a previous conversation about the songs coming up and like for certain things and also highly inappropriate thoughts from like the ADD. As you were talking about that, my mind was going, last surprise.
You've never seen it coming. Oh. And his last word was persona, and that was it.
Oh, Tom,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
he was playing a game of Repo?
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
You said don't look it up. Don't tempt me.
No, I am being genuine when I say that. Like, I'm being absolutely genuine when I say that.
I understand that, but you have to understand with my personality, the morbid curiosity is real.
Okay. No, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really can't say much more than that, buddy. Okay.
I don't have that. I won't watch that. I'm content not knowing, because fun fact, I've never seen any of the things from when we were growing up. I never saw 2 girls, 1 cup. I never seen 1 guy, 1 jar. I avoided all of that shit, because guess what? I don't need to know. People told me what it was, and I went, I don't need to see that.
Yeah, I have also never seen any of those.
It's for the best.
I will say this, the reason I bring this up is I'm rewatching a documentary I just watched last week, because I only hadn't paid attention to it last week. It's called The Clown and the Candyman.
Oh God! You wait. That's what you mentioned to me. It was the one that was about the connections between Dink Horrell and John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, and fun fact, that's just episode 1. It's a 2-part documentary. Episode 2 is about the fact that those 2 got connected, and John Wayne Gacy at one point had a guy working for him that was connected to another guy who, during the like 80s, 90s, and even to almost to modern day, was running a pedophile newsletter.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up because I think I know exactly what man you're talking about. Was it Roy Ames?
Pictures and stuff.
I think it was Roy Ames.
Yep. Because I recently listened to a documentary on YouTube that someone did, which was very, very well done about Roy Ames and all the people that are tied to that and how that was something that was known for a while and no one did anything.
This is an important question. Did they talk about, so like, it's newsletters, so he has to keep track of people's addresses, right? Did they ever talk about the fact that every time they caught him and shut down his newsletter, the cards that he used would disappear? And during this, by the way, they were interviewing like FBI agents and stuff during the documentary I watched. And they asked them all, they're like, yeah, what do you think happened to the cards? And all of them went, they're gone. Somebody took them and removed them because there was someone with too much power that, no, there is no hope of finding them. They are all gone.
Yeah.
They were just blunt to the face to the cameras, like, no, there's no doubt in my mind that somebody of power within the police force, the FBI, what have you, got rid of it.
Yeah.
But watching that haunted me because that guy just got to get away with that for like 30 years.
Yes, he did. Yeah. That is, that is a good chunk of the reason. Well, not all the reason, but like it is one of the many reasons that kind of stacked upon one another that eventually resulted in me not pursuing the criminal psychology degree I wanted to pursue. On one hand, it was just expensive. On the other hand, I was getting pretty jaded about the whole going to college again and again and again thing. The job I was going for would have cost too much money, so I was ready to give up. And then I noticed a pattern where I just kind of started, you know, looking at all of the like those big cases, and time and time again, the answer for, hey, why did this guy get away with it for so long, is because the authorities let him, or they were too shit at their job to do anything.
Well, what's worse is part of the reason he got away with it for so long is because there was no sex offender registry.
Yep.
By the way, if you ever want to be disturbed, you should look up how many sex offenders live around you.
No.
Because that is something I have for my work, is we have connection. Well, not connection. Anyone can access it. But one of the things we have up, because sometimes we have to look someone up, is if they're a sex offender.
Yeah.
I'll give you my zip code. Can you look it up for me?
And
You
also,
know who to
like,
avoid.
also, like, are they actually following the terms of by not living within X area of a school or something like that?
Oh, I live near a school, so
Within 2 miles of my exact address, 2 miles, there were 224 pictures.
Protect and serve is really cool marketing. Yeah. Because ultimately that is what it is. The reality of the police is that Matt Mercer, you're alive. Yeah, the reality of protect and serve and that entire situation is that it really is marketing. Yeah, it looks just like Matt Mercer.
if there's anyone to trust that to protect and serve,
It's Matt Mercer. Oh no, I don't do that. Yeah, so
Protect and serve.
protect and serve cunt.
Yeah. Listen, if the police force could serve cunt, they'd probably be more trustworthy.
Somehow I don't feel like there's gay cops and
Yeah.
they'll still beat someone to death.
Yeah, no, so protect and serve is just that. It is marketing. The reality of the matter is that no, they're really not there to protect or serve. They are there to uphold law. And the problem with upholding law is that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to protect or serve. They are not going to help you. Not really. They're there to uphold some law, which will almost always fall in the favor of probably someone with a lot of money. You're more likely to see the cops defending a Walmart than you are to see them, you know, posting up people in front of an abused victim's house. Call it cynical, but the reality of the matter is they really don't do their job when you would really hope they would.
Nope.
hey,
say
bug!
this is someone. I can talk about this case because this was not juvenile, and it was not a confidential case. The only thing that's confidential is the victims' names, and I don't know it, so you know I can talk about this. There was a case that recently went through my court system where this guy has been mischilded 4 times on, to put it bluntly, he
received 4 mistrials?
Yeah, 4. 3 mistrials and up. 1 was a hung jury.
Okay.
You get away with hanging all of the members of the jury.
Shut up.
You're not gonna be happy with what I'm about to say.
Oh,
he raped
no.
like 4 girls
Oh,
So he should be hanged
After-
instead. Okay.
yeah.
after like getting them belligerently drunk.
Okay.
Jess, you need to warn me not to make a joke before I make the joke.
For the
Hey,
terribly dark statement.
Hey Adam, can I give you a piece of advice?
Yeah?
If I'm talking about my job, do not make a joke.
Okay.
Because I deal with so much bad shit. Not even in a like,
about
haha,
the
funny way.
perpetrator, because yeah, they kind of deserve to be mocked.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason I was bringing this up in relation to what we were just talking about is, he went on to his newest trial, and we lost. He was found not guilty because the jury believed, let me put it this way, that we heard something we shouldn't have, which is that the jury believed he did it, but they don't believe that the state proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And part of the problem was that the detective that went on the stand was unprepared and fumbled.
Mm.
And shit like that pisses me off because why wasn't he more ready? This was the 5th time this guy had gone to fucking trial.
Yep.
That pisses me off, and that's why the police force has so many issues.
Yeah, and then you have like current cases where they're definitely trying, but they're going so far that it's probably going to result in a mistrial, like the Luigi Mangione case, where not only did they not meet his Miranda rights, the prosecution was also found to have eavesdropped on the defense,
Yep.
like in their private meetings.
Yeah. Adam, just to
Not only should be a mistrial, but should get some of them arrested.
Yeah, so it was an assistant to prosecution who overheard one of the defense's calls and kept listening. Now,
Yeah, which
doing so is like accidentally doing so is one thing, and going "I'm so sorry" and then immediately leaving. That is something that largely would be that people would shrug and go, "Okay, that's fine. Just don't be a dick." Continuing to listen, that is criminal. That not only is it criminal, it's contempt. Yeah, it's contempt of court, and also it is grounds for the entire case to be ruined. Every single bit of the case.
Like, in a similar vein, the Diddy trial may be mistrialed at some point.
Cool.
I haven't been able to keep up fully recently because, to be quite blunt, the person I'm watching do the updates has been putting out 2-hour episodes every, like, 2 days.
Rotten Mango.
Yeah, Rotten Mango. But, like, the defense attorneys were so fucking brutal so far doing the Kid Cudi, because that's what apparently was his thing. Like, multiple times they've said, they've tried to object, and the judge has gone, well, this is not overruled. That's not necessary.
Yeah.
So they're literally looking for any little thing they can nitpick. They got into a fight before the jury came in, because they didn't want him talking about how his dog felt after Diddy broke in. Because they know that he's gonna say that Diddy did something to him or something to that effect. And they were like, the defense said that, and the prosecutor and the judge went, you literally don't know what he's going to say. And the defense was like, oh, well, I'm just putting you on notice. And the judge went, first of all, you don't get to put me on notice. Let's make that known.
Yeah, I'm the judge.
Yeah, that's and like the thing is like shit like what like that and like the just described, like that happens quite a fair amount.
yeah, and it's so unfortunate. The higher profile the case, the more likely there is to be someone who is over eager and is gonna mess it up.
Yeah, but like it's
They're pretty level-headed right now, which is good. The prosecution.
yeah, but like I will say like the big issues like especially with shit like this is that for all of the things that very much should be handled in a specific way, they are not being handled in that way. So like, I brought up like how like there are a lot of problems with cops. There are obviously a lot of problems with cops. Just look at LA right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those guys would never see a single ounce of punishment. They would never see the inside of a cell. They would never lose their jobs. And it's just because of the way the system is set up and the way that the police unions, which there should not be police unions, hard stop, basically prevent them from ever facing punishment. Individuals who are working in law, so lawyers, assistants, aides, stuff like that, these are the kinds of people who, if you fuck up and you do something that's going to get a case thrown out, you should be facing a sentence. You should be going to prison. It's as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, if you have in some way ruined a case, you are responsible for this now, and you now need to serve a sentence, or at the very least be fired with absolute impunity. But the problem is, the problem is that'll never happen, because that would mean inferring that our legal system is a problem, which
Imagine holding
it
people
is.
accountable?
Yeah, I know, right? Imagine, people being held accountable for their actions.
You know what happens when you fuck up at your like normal 9-to-5 job? You get written up, and
you
if
get
you
written
fuck
up.
bad enough, you get fired.
You get fired. Yeah. It's like this. This is. These rules exist for everybody else, but they do not exist for them, simply because they, in some way, shape, or form, have more power or more resources at their disposal to make them avoid that punishment. And
it
like,
should be legal to swear at cops.
I think the vulgarity of your language should never even come up in part of this conversation with a cop. Who gives a shit if I'm saying fucking or cunt to a cop? Who cares?
Well, listen, if people can treat workers behind like a fast food counter the way they do, cops are not. Being a cop is a job. It's not like this is like Blue Lives Matter. Like you weren't born a cop.
Yeah, you weren't born. You came out of the pussy with a badge.
You don't deserve some sort of extra special treatment because you decided to be a cop.
Yep.
Well,
Fuck
most
you.
people aren't born a cop. Some people who are in like cop families, they're basically raised to become a cop.
Yeah. But with that said, I mean, they still made the decision to be a pig, so fuck them. Yeah, the issue is like,
I think it'd be really funny if you were born into a cop family and raised to become a cop, and instead you became a butcher.
yeah. I was born with a leather boot in my mouth. Thank you, bears. Goddamn, brother.
Yo.
But the Diddy case is in week 5, and the judge has said he wants to get this wrapped up from anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks.
Woo!
Yeah, this judge is...
Woo!
He's streamlined. This guy is like, I don't want no nonsense. I don't want any bullshit. Rotten Mango has described him like a disappointed father.
Yeah.
Was the lawyers.
I will say, I mean, like, okay. No, I should ask. Adam.
Yeah, what's up?
How much do you know about how long typical court cases go for? Just like to your knowledge.
I mean, it depends on the court case.
Okay. Okay. Like, imagine what you would describe as a big court case. How long would you expect that to take?
Months at minimum.
Okay. So like, 6 to 8 weeks for a case on Diddy's level.
It's nothing.
Don't worry about that, Connor.
This is how you get the big bronze sword. You do the trading quest to get the eye drops for this guy. But
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you...
Is this your way of telling me that this case is going by like
Ultra
Incredibly
fast.
yeah,
Well,
okay,
to
that's
give-
what I thought.
Can I give some context?
Sure.
As someone who
Yeah.
works So that trial I was just talking about, it started on Tuesday, the jury deliberated on Friday.
Is that, like,
So,
ridiculously quick?
That's extremely fast.
Yeah. Most court cases, like at the small cases like civil court and stuff, those can be very fast. But a lot of serious crimes take several weeks, or are settled out of court beforehand because either they're guilty and there's no way that they're gonna convince the jury that they're not, and it's like, okay, I'll be guilty, or they're clearly not guilty, or there's a settlement or something like that.
I mean, I've seen a lot of, from like, because I watch a lot of those, like courtroom, not courtroom, but like, when they, like, police interrogations, that's what I'm looking for. Like, where they, like, it's like...
Like JCS before it became shit.
Yes. Or, there's a couple of the
Explore
channels
with
I
Us.
watch.
Strongest storms in that circle of rocks.
What'd
Yeah,
you say,
I was gonna say, what the fuck is happening to the frames, dude?
There's Explore With Us.
Yep, I watched them.
Beside a dying fire.
Dreading. I like Dreading a lot. If you don't watch them, I do recommend them.
Dreading is quite
Okay.
good.
I've never heard of them.
There's
It is
Dreading.
a brother duo that do some extensive research.
there is Beside the Dying Fire. They do some deep dives into some more specific cases. Oops.
Yep, I follow Explore With Us. There's one...
But the judge, essentially, he does not want to... I know why he's doing this, because just from how Diddy's attorneys have been going, he can tell that they're just going to try to needle people really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Repeatedly,
What
and he
that
doesn't want that.
mean?
Needling
Like-
it's acting like a prick. It's one of those situations where, like, there is a certain amount of courtroom decorum that is expected, though it is not necessarily always required. And in some cases, you can get away with acting like a prick to the person you are cross-examining. Now, in a lot of cases, you have to have permission to treat the individual in the stand as if they are aggressive. Though needling and picking at people and acting like a dickhead without asking that permission, well, what'll happen is a lot of times what you've just asked will get scrubbed from the court record because it can't be applied, but you still did it. You still treated them like shit. You still acted like an asshole. And when you're trying to wear on someone intentionally, that's all you really want. So
It also makes you look very bad in front of the jury.
oh, it makes you look
'Cause even though
terrible
they
in front
are
of the
not
jury.
supposed to take it into account.
They will.
They will. I will say this: hearing some of the court reports. So, like, for reference, there are 2 court reporters for this case, and they wear like big headphones so they can hear everything.
Everything.
So when they're in court, they play like white noise when the attorneys go up to the stand to talk to the judge. But it's in the transcripts afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting to see the discussions. And honestly, props to attorney Comey, who she is the daughter of that Comey. She's handling this incredibly well. But
Yeah.
enough about the Diddy case. I'm so sorry that I may or may not bore our people who are here. Because I say this because we're just talking about crepes in the chat now.
I mean,
Oh, cool. So I can talk about cars again.
I'm talking about crepes again.
Yeah. Hey,
The
I've got 2 people in the server. Who knows
Yeah, I mean,
cars now.
it's
I have an expanding audience.
yeah.
Yeah. But so you're saying that the discussion is shifting from creeps to crepes?
Shut up.
I'm a creep.
I'm
I'm a weirdo.
Hey, do you guys think there's something wrong with us?
What the hell am I doing here? Damn it!
belong here.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyways, you were saying?
oh hey, that's awesome, Tom. I will probably never be allowed on a jury.
I've been on a jury once, and they settled out of court the day before I was supposed to start. So
That is incredibly common.
I basically got out of it for a year. The
Ow.
next time they tried to do it, I was at college, away from home, not even in the same state, so I got an exempt.
To give
And I just
context,
wasn't picked the most recent time.
I've
as
never been
often
requested
as
for
that
jury.
happens. I haven't either.
Yeah,
Literally,
hey Connor,
Cody.
guess what's coming in the mail for you now?
No. I will say I would be a terrible option for a jury pick.
That'd be an amazing option.
Because I not only do I A, have a knowledge of criminal proceedings, I B, understand what cops do, C, I understand what lawyers do, and D, I don't like authority. So I am the one of the worst picks for a jury.
A reminder, a lot of corporations, if they can, try to, or people seeking settlements from corporations, try to get the case in Pennsylvania, because that state has an abject hatred of
They do.
corporate stuff, and they'll pretty much always side in favor of the individual, even if it's completely bullshit, and
Yep.
will get, like, sometimes settlements 5 times what they would in another state.
Interesting. All right.
A lot of attorneys' point is ethos and pathos.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be. There is no such thing as a non-charismatic lawyer.
Not
because
at
they won't
all.
survive.
Not at all. You can't win just on logic. Not anymore.
No. But to explain, literally, we had a trial that was supposed to start tomorrow at my court. A jury trial, for reference. There's multiple types of hearings. This was a trial.
Oh, hello, child.
Settled today. Literally, we got an email at like
Freaking
noon
rebels.
that they settled. And that's really common.
Mm-hmm.
You end up walking across the hardwood floor.
Sorry, I'm just making noise as I'm thinking.
Like,
I can only hope my workday tomorrow is just as quiet as this one was.
I can only hope my workday tomorrow is 6 times as loud as it was today.
For you, it's just really nice and quiet, which would be great in most cases, but you can't be listening to music and shit.
No, I can. I have a headphone in almost the entire day.
It's bad for me.
Well, yeah, oh, absolutely for you.
Yeah, because you make a lot of money off of
Yeah.
Listen,
You get commission?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I honestly don't know how that shit works.
But I also get. Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah, not on stream.
Connor, I'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah, like 20, 30 minutes over.
I'll tell you when you're older. All right, you're older.
But for context with my mentality, I will probably never serve jury duty for very important reasons. 1, my degrees.
Mm-hmm.
2, I work at a courthouse, although there have been people who work in the courthouse who have gone to trial before. Like, to the jury.
Mm-hmm.
3, I do not hide my opinions well.
Yeah.
yeah.
That being said, if I made it to a jury, I'm not a good person to put on a jury. I'm opinionated as hell.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, because of how logical I am, I'm like the ideal person for a jury.
Yeah. No, you are.
Backed up.
You are absolutely out of the 4 of us here. Cody is the opportune juror. Adam, in a lot of cases, I won't say all cases, in a good chunk of them though, they would like most likely prosecution wouldn't want you. As a homosexual man, the defense would love you. But a prosecutor would be less likely to want you because a homosexual man, you're more likely to be liberal.
We've had this conversation before.
We have.
Yeah. I will say this: you might still end up on a jury just because there are only so many jurors that both sides can throw out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
He's serving on the jury now too.
Why is Jesus here?
But part of me being a good juror is not only am I logical, so I won't be swayed by any of the emotional arguments. I would be one of the people where it's like, okay, yes, you need to give the proof. Because
You
it's
want
like,
proof? You can't handle the proof.
because it's not
Yeah.
just about the claim, it's is there any evidence?
I only got called into when I only got summoned for, well, I've been summoned for jury duty a couple times, but I only had to go to like the courthouse and like wait once. And I did get called. I was part of the groups that got called in to like hear about a case, and then they do the thing where it's like, is there any reason why you'd have any bias in this case? And it was something related to the police, and I was like, yeah, I'm related to cops. And they're like, okay, go home.
Yep.
Yeah, the
That's
unfortunate thing is-
a really simple one. It's nope, sorry, can't use you. Have a nice one.
in actuality,
Okay, bye.
because of like all the things like
Small fees.
my family being in a whole bunch of different businesses, like leadership positions in the businesses, I know a lot of stuff about various types of businesses, so I probably would be thrown out for some of that stuff.
Well, like, fun fact, they also do that with the people who work in the courtroom.
Yep.
So for example, my coworker today, she was supposed to be the clerk, which for reference, the clerk is not like the court reporter, so not the person who writes up all the reports. They just write the minutes. So quick summaries, what's happening, sworn in, all of that stuff.
Almost always shorthand.
It's shorthand. She was not allowed to be in the courtroom because the person in one of the cases was her current fiance's ex-girlfriend.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'd be grounds to recuse yourself from a case.
But like there are very strict rules even for another example, lawyers are not allowed to take cases that are even semi-related to each other. So like for an example, there was, let's say, a group of people decided to rob a car, lift a car.
I was gonna say we could make this even easier. Let's say that Cody, you commit a crime, and then your brother commits a completely separate crime. I, as a lawyer,
They're
I
twins.
could.
How will they know who did it?
I, as a lawyer, I could defend one of you. I couldn't do both.
I mean, if you're going off of Kennedy, being autistic is a crime.
Oh.
You may defend him.
Oh, that was sad. That was really quite sad.
I mean, it's unfortunate in the modern society, but according to him, that is a crime.
Honestly, Legal Eagle's not a bad source to learn from.
And he saw it.
He's a handsome man. What the fuck?
Smash.
What?
He's a handsome man.
He's alright.
He's a handsome man.
Listen, I'm gonna say an opinion that might be heavily disagreed with. And maybe this is just because I'm coming from a quote-unquote feminine perspective, and a female gaze. I don't like super square jawlines.
Yeah,
Well, of
not
course,
me,
the
Maxine.
feminine gaze, those are lesbians.
But like, he has that like super square jawline. I'm trying to think, what's the other act? There's an actor.
Henry Cavill.
No.
What do you know?
Vampire Diaries. No, I think Henry Cavill's attractive. That's not who I'm talking about. What's this fucker's name? I'm staring directly at him. He played the evil brother in Vampire Diaries. Also has a super square jaw.
Edward Cullen.
Do not think he's attractive.
I like
No,
No mewling around. No mewling on stream.
But no, I just don't think those super square jaws are that attractive. Now, what is attractive is a good nose.
What's a good nose?
Unique.
Huh?
Mario when he's trying to... No, hold on. I'm trying to do a joke here. Shut up.
Okay.
What's a good nose? Is Mario trying to find... Mario as a plastic surgeon. It's Dr. Mario.
It's
Dr. Mario as a plastic surgeon trying to help his newest client pick out his new nose.
Dr. Mario trying to do a rhinoplasty.
Yeah, what's a good nose?
Yeah, Tom, you are 2A's for this conversation because they have not picked up why I said that yet.
I mean, I can infer.
Yeah, of course. And every single person you meet who has a vagina will tell you the same thing.
Oh, swipe your nose like a credit card.
There you go.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sorry, but as a gay man, I'm very rarely, if ever, thinking about a vagina.
Yeah, I know.
But
With this pussy right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. Cardi B, I'm so sorry.
Ugh.
Fun fact about this dungeon: in every single Legend of Zelda game across the history of the game, this one dungeon has the most keys, like small keys.
How many keys does it have?
I think it's like 12 or 15.
Jesus Christ. It's a lot of keys.
Yeah,
Me
well,
looking at
because there's so many
janitors.
doors where you rescue or go on, and it's like, well,
Life has many
use the
doors,
next
Ed
key.
boy.
Yeah. Life
Sorry.
has many doors, Ed boy.
We're back to it.
Life has many doors, fairy boy.
Adam, you can't be talking to your gay friends like that. Come on, man.
I don't have any friends.
What the fuck?
Fair, Tom. And that's a lie.
What the fuck?
Adam.
That got grim.
That's fair, Tom. Like,
Yeah, you
it's
take
very.
the log.
I do make a lot of jokes just because of who I am as a person. But like, personality makes up like 90% of a person's attractiveness.
Oh, real.
Mhm.
I've
To
met.
me, attractive people are people who are fine with their own body. Like, you're not doing plastic surgery and stuff to fix.
Well,
I look
well,
plastic
that's
surgery
well,
too.
that's because like confidence is a big carry when it comes to like being attractive, but also like I've met some attractive people that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch them with Elon Musk's stick. Thank you very much. Just because they
Well,
are.
That's like 2 inches, so.
Ay, ouch.
That's more of a toothpick.
Ay, ouch.
You
It's
should
just.
know what that's like.
It's hurtful. It's just more so like
Sorry.
it's okay. I'm used to it now. It's just more so like there are some people who are like, it doesn't matter how attractive you are at that point. You're such a tool. I don't care. I just don't care what you've got. Like, I don't care what you're selling. I don't care how interested you are in me. You're an awful person. I don't care.
And I feel the need to interject here because, like, I'm gonna defend myself a little bit. Because you guys know I like people like Damien from Monster Prom. He was
Yeah.
kind of an asshole,
know
but
your
he's
life.
cocky.
Yeah.
And he knows what he likes. And I like cocky people. That is wonderful to me. But I don't like people who are too cocky. Like, I need to be able to knock them down a peg. If I can't knock you down a peg, you're not exciting.
Again, just because of your
God damn it.
stated likes and knowing it, that is a contributing factor to Ignatius's personality.
I know. He's so attractive. Sorry. Listen. Yeah, exactly, Tom. If someone makes you feel safe, seen, cared for, honestly, having someone who genuinely cares for you wild concept. So I'm on dating apps, which means I see the horrible shit. The amount of people who you can just tell don't put any care into being a person, like genuinely just a person, is insane. I don't know. Maybe this is just coming from a very lonely bisexual.
I'm gonna make a reference to Monster Problem. How many people start up conversations by just going, "Hey," lowercase h?
No.
Not many?
Not as often.
Mm.
Well, the thing is, I also don't match with a lot of people because I'm fat. And that is a contributing factor to that.
The most attractive thing my boyfriend does is cook me dino nuggets.
That is such an autistic
that's
sentence.
Such a funny statement, man.
Now a question, because of the previous talks in the server today, do you then slather your dino nuggets in pesto?
Oh shit, that would be so good. I love pesto.
I mean, it would probably be good. I think if it's jarred pesto, I don't think I would have any complaints.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like it'd be like, I think there's part of me that would rebel a little bit, like mentally, like the idea of using like a homemade pesto on a bag of frozen dino nuggies. Like there'd be this part of my brain that's going, this feels wrong. I shouldn't be doing this.
My Italian heritage.
No, it's not even my Italian heritage. It's just like, I know. Why I put so much work into this pesto? What am I doing? I can't do this.
I feel the need to say this. I would absolutely do that because, fun fact, I don't give a shit. If I put a lot of work in one part of it and I want to be lazy on the other part, I'm gonna goddamn do it. If I make homemade pesto, you're goddamn right I'm gonna use box pasta. I'm lazy as hell.
Counterpoint, just make extra.
I want a little screenshot of fucking Tony Chopper saying, "I'm a communist." Thank you, Jess.
I said.
You're worth. I mean, I know I am worth it. Like there's no, like it's not a genuine like, oh, that's wrong. It's more like my brain always goes to like with like. So like if I'm putting a lot of work into one part of a dish, I should be putting work into the rest of the dish. At least that's how my brain works. So like, if I like it, when I have the level here, everything needs to be around that same level. Like, so that's just how my brain is handling that. I could make some tasty fried bites, chicken bites though. That would be good though.
And
Is it
you
pesto?
see, there's a difference between you and people with autism, which is they have a certain amount of effort and it varies by ingredient.
Exactly.
Look, the most I show is some obsessive tendencies. Okay.
Are we talking about trains now? I heard autism.
Oh no.
That being said, speaking of trains, one of the few times I've actually seen something disturbing was on a train. My mom and I don't speak of it.
This statement could be terrifying.
Well, you see, my mom one year, for her birthday / it was a gift from her to her with love. She wanted to go on a train thing that took us to like a waterfall thing. So all four of us went. We were sitting in the dining car. We're going through a tunnel. It's a scenic ride. I see something. I don't know what, but I see something as we're heading into the tunnel, and I make eye contact with my mom, and she goes, "I didn't see that. Did you?" And I went, "No, I didn't see that." And my brother went, "What did you two see?" And I went, "We're not going to talk about it, Alexander."
Alexander.
I full named him. I didn't want to talk about what I saw.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of people died making train tunnels, okay?
Oh, you think you saw a ghost?
Listen.
No, I wasn't judging. I wasn't judging.
I don't even mean it in a judge. Like, I thought you were judging way. It's like, regardless of what it was, if it was a ghost or if it was something else, it unsettled me to see it in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Connor, did you do the stuff with that time block off to the left of that room you just left?
Yes. Do you mean that room? That one in there?
Yeah.
No.
Because that might have the keys you're missing.
Which left? This left
So
or that
on your
left?
right now.
Okay.
I mean, I think technically you can access both rooms. I just don't remember.
Fuck! Ow! Hot!
Yeah. You're surprisingly resilient.
Hot! Hot!
You're the hero of time.
I'm the hero of rhyme.
Both in the room and using the time block. There's stuff in the room and then you can come out and use that block to climb on top after you come out.
Do I have to do the Song of Time?
Eventually, but there is something in the room first.
Okay, never mind. Pezzo with mozzarella sticks, those could be great.
Let me see. Oh, you already did this.
Yeah, I just went in and left. Pesto with mozzarella sticks could be great. I would say I would probably want mozzarella, definitely. I think the breading you should do a little bit more than just like panko, though. My name is Link, y'all, straight out of Hyrule.
Song. I forget which song it is.
I can't yell at Becca to tell me. Right A down, right A down.
So, in terms of one of the most disturbing things I've seen while traveling was, you know how sometimes people will give roadhead?
Yeah.
I saw the driver giving roadhead to the passenger.
No, wait a minute.
Fucking Christ!
That is
Like
so
one-
dangerous.
Yeah, one-handing the steering wheel and...
Listen,
Ow!
I say this as someone
Ow.
who can say some freaky shit sometimes, and may mean it sometimes, but I'm not that stupid.
Like, yeah, that's there's a difference between freaky and dumb. That's just dumb.
The best way to deal with them is bonds.
That worked.
That works too.
America would be like,
America at every opportunity.
Bomb? Oh my
Maybe
god,
they're just in a
Tom.
snuff. Holy shit, Tom!
Tom,
No.
you can't just say that. You can't just say that. And that's coming from me. You can't just say that.
Yeah, I forget.
Christ. Holy shit. I don't know if there's nothing else in here, bud.
Yeah, I forget exactly where everything is in here, because the last 2 times I've played through this game have been randomizers, and the Fire Temple is awful with randomizers because you have to keep leaving for more keys.
Gotta leave, come back. Leave, come back. Leave, come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered the room was here, just not what was in it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything pinging, so yeah, I think we're fine.
you and I have to start up a car for the first time.
Is pinging a good?
Tom, the one.
Is pinging a good thing?
Probably
Alpha?
not.
No,
No.
pinging bad.
Oh,
That,
okay.
that's noise coming from the engine.
Oh, okay,
It's something
okay.
rattling that shouldn't be rattling.
Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, if you hear pinging, that could be a number of bad times.
Okay.
Very
Hey,
common in
Chronic?
cars that
Yo,
have
what's
sat
up?
for a while.
Who's the most attractive character in One Piece?
In One Piece?
Green guy.
Yeah.
Green-haired guy.
Oh, Zoro?
That's what I thought you
That's
fucking
that's
said.
understandable.
Never watched
Robin.
One Piece, but it's him.
Oh, Robin is very pretty.
Well, she's very pretty, but also she meets the other thing that I really like in a partner. She's very smart.
Yeah. The problem is you would have to fight Frankie.
He could be my dad.
Listen, I love Robin, and I love her so much. She's probably my favorite female character. You guys already know who probably my favorite male character is because I'm predictable.
It's Sanji.
It's Sanji.
Oh, is that the blonde one?
Yeah, curly brow.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks.
Hey Cody.
Listen,
Yep.
I still don't have I still don't have a key.
Wasn't paying attention to all the moves you were going to.
We went in 2 different
Also-
directions.
also, my 2 favorite characters from One Piece are also the 2 that made me cry the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he really looked at both these characters and went, I'm gonna give them the most tragic backstories I can. And for Sanji, he did it twice.
You and I'm designing
There's
my
2
D&D character.
phases.
I need to stop referring to it as D&D.
Oh, a rock.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that reminds me. I did ask Jill the John Wick question, and Jill went, yeah, I can see him being a Gary Sue.
It's like it's one of those situations like it's close. I could see it. Yeah. But
Well,
like the difference
should
is I
hear
would say
Jill-
he is a well-written Gary Stu.
You should hear how Jill explains it. Because Jill explained it in D&D terms. I'm the best assassin ever. No one has ever defeated me. And then I got married and quit the game, but then my wife was murdered and I was sad, and then she gave me a puppy after she died. And then my puppy was murdered. So now I'm gonna go on a revenge streak and kill everyone, but no one can kill me because I'm the best there's ever been.
You know, the more you say that, yeah, no, you're completely right actually.
Wait,
Jill nailed the explanation.
how did Jill know all about my Campaign 3 character?
So,
Adam, can I say, and I do mean this nicely, you would never play an assassin.
You don't know me.
So you'd want to sit down and play a roguish stabby guy?
I've considered maybe sometime trying. Listen, there's a lot of character like speech sheet. What are we calling them? Not races. What are we calling them? What is the TOV term
Heritage
for it? I don't remember.
or lineage.
Heritage. Yeah. There are a lot of different
Heritage farms.
lineage, yeah, and classes combinations that I'd like to play.
Kano, asking if this sounds familiar, in that big room opposite of where you did the time block, did you go through the door on the other side and bomb a wall to release
Bomb?
it
Yeah,
there?
I bombed a wall and released a Goron.
Alright.
See,
So basically, what happens for me with the
No, go ahead.
Oh, so basically, what happens for me with like the D&D or the TOV or whatever we're calling it, when I watch like someone play a certain class or heritage or whatever,
Your brain goes,
and I
oh,
go-
what can I do?
Basically, so for me, especially when it comes to rogue, there's 2 rogues in particular I think of. There's Riz Gukyak from Fantasy High,
I love Rose Gun. Yeah.
and honestly, Kaz.
Yeah, Cass
Yeah.
is a great rogue.
Seeing
Jolly's
some of
not here to hear me compliment her. She's a great rogue.
Careful,
Seeing
if you
some of the
say her
cool-
name enough times, she will appear and shout at you for doing that.
Jolly,
She's in
jolly,
Final
jolly.
Fantasy right now.
So, the
Seeing,
next
seeing,
key will be in the room with all the wooden boulders.
Okay.
and honestly, watching Granny Gunslinger has made me want to play Gunslinger.
Oh fuck.
I just like the idea of playing gun. I'd like to try it playing. Mechanist is TOV's version of the Artificer, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's also,
Okay. And I
it
would
is
like-
also, and hey, we're going back to the running theme with Tales of the Valiant. It's also been improved.
Better.
Yeah, it's
Does that
also
mean that-
better. Weird.
Does that mean TOV's version of Ranger is better too?
Oh my God, yes. You,
'Cause
yes, absolutely.
Because I'd like to play a Ranger too.
Hey, Adam,
Yeah.
there have been like 36 different attempts by, I just want to make sure because I bumped my Go XLR. I want to make sure I didn't mute anything. Okay, we're good. there have been like 3 dozen different attempts by people who are not directly associated with D&D that have been better than what D&D made. It's as simple as that.
The ranger's really poorly balanced for levels after like 5 or 6. Right?
It is optimized. It is basically optimized for Adventures League. Yeah.
Somewhere in this room, there's, I think in one of the doors you go through, there's a way to go up and then go back through a door back into this room on the upper.
I can go up.
Me when I get on the elevator and there's more floors above me.
No.
I just need you guys to know I make jokes at my own expense about being stupid. I don't think they're true.
That's good. It's good. I appreciate. I hope you. I appreciate you saying that because you're not dumb. Like you aren't.
You're just not smart. No.
No. Okay. No. And I'm going to give you a more
I'm
nuanced.
A wisdom build.
No,
I'm a wisdom build, not an intelligence build.
No, I'm going to give you a more nuanced take on that. The concepts of intelligence that we hold, namely the ideas around IQ and what have you, and just being smart, general terms smart, are bullshit. There's no there's no real such thing as just being smart. There is no one smart. There are types of intelligence. That is what I actually go with. There are some individuals who are brilliant with math, dog shit with people. Cody. There are some people who are pretty smart with people, but not great with like, I suppose not emotional intelligence or like logistics intelligence. It's one of those things where there are people who are ready for some form of.
Somewhere in that room with the rolling boulders, there is a second Goron that is trapped.
Alright, cool. Which one am I?
Oh, which trapped Goron? I don't know.
No, you were saying that there's like people who are intelligent with something, and then others...
Oh, I would genuinely have to look over the list because there's a full list of it. Like someone went out of the way to try and categorize all the lists of like types of intelligence. But the honest answer is that there are people who are ready for some things that have a form of intelligence to be proficient in it, and there are some people who are better with other kinds. The idea of simply just blanket slates calling someone stupid is kind of absurd in my mind, because I would say even the least knowledgeable individual you've ever met, they likely have a form of intelligence that you don't have. There are people out there who come off as not very eloquent, not very learned, but they can do things with machines and with tools that you could never even figure out how to do, and they do it just like that. That's intelligence. That is a form of intelligence. Hey, help. I don't know what I'm doing.
So again, go back into that other room. And
okay.
Just keep following the wall around, hugging one of the walls, and there should be another one.
No, I shouldn't ask for that.
You must have released them and not picked up the chest.
Yeah, that's on me.
Hi, Connor, how you feeling?
Pretty dumb. That was like a good 10 to 20 minutes right there that I just totally blew.
That's a genuine Fire Temple experience, let me tell you. Especially because the chests all blend in.
It's brown on brown.
With something else that you talk to that takes
it's
your
also
brown.
brown.
Away.
How am I gonna see brown in Brown Town?
Me when I make a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. Brown on brown.
What's the okay? I don't know what we would call the general like cake and cake-like foods. What is the best cake or cake-like food to you?
Pastries.
Not necessarily pastry. I'm talking like it is something that is about the size of a cake. It does not necessarily need to be a cake. It could be a pie, or like a type of like a weird type of pudding or a trifle. But like we're talking like that same like it's a big dish of something sweet.
It's cheesecake.
Okay, you're saying cheesecake?
Yeah.
Okay, Adam.
Have you ever heard of bitter and blanc?
It sounds vaguely familiar. Hold on, let me look it up. Ooh, Tom says angel food cake and Bear says cobblers.
Angel food cake is really good, especially when you got Cool Whip on top of it.
It's got the bitter and blanc recipe on their website. Sorry. So bitter and blanc is it's almost like a bread puddingy. Like it's got like the cubes of like a cakey bready with like the chocolate, and then there's like a sauce on top. It basically, the bitter and blanc specifically is what the carnival like dining room calls it, and I just realized they have the recipe for it on their website.
Yeah, I would say a proper almond scone.
You said okay. You're saying a bitter and blonde?
Yeah, here. No, blanc. Hold on, carnival. Connor, it's bread pudding. Carnival.
Carnival.
Yeah, listen. Hold on,
Too much
carnival.
cheese is on the
No,
mind.
shut up. Listen, the word carnival was right in front of me, and you guys know how I am with cruise ships.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah,
Bitter and blanc. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
Hold
I
on,
genuinely thought you were saying blonde. Oh, it's a bread pudding.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's specifically what the carnival like bread pudding that I get on the cruises that I like.
Okay, that makes sense. So I would have to agree with either what Bears has said for cobblers, because cobblers are almost always fruit based. But my genuine answer, cherry cheesecake. I love cherries.
This is one of the few times I've not agreed with Bears, because we seem to have very similar food tastes. I don't like cobbler.
What's the difference between a cobbler and a pie?
Cobblers are
give
absolute
context.
fucking messes.
Now, to give context, I don't like most cooked fruit.
That's fair.
It does something to the texture that I just don't enjoy.
No, that's definitely fair.
Makes fruit soft.
Yeah, and I don't want that.
Yeah, so Adam, like, there's probably a more detailed answer I can provide, but ultimately it comes down to cobblers are they're messes. They're not homogeneous. They're not like neatly placed into a shell. But a cobbler is almost like, yeah, you fuck up a pie lettuce. Like that's a cobbler. A lot of them also tend to have like brown sugar or a crumble on top.
Sugar. Right.
Yeah, before I talk to you, fucker, I'm gonna open this. Okay, cool.
On this note,
Not only
I'm gonna
is it
step out
another
so I
key-
can go make dinner, because
Well, we'll be wrapping up at 6, so you're fine.
bye.
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 So, not only is this another key, that door there leads to close to the start of the dungeon. You basically unlocked a shortcut back in.
Thank God.
Yeah. They still walk off so weird.
Yeah. Well, they all walk like they shit their pants.
Except they're not wearing pants. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they had to take them off because they need.
Because they fucking shat themselves.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they eat rocks, so you could say they shipwrecks.
I don't. Becca doesn't like cheesecake, and that's still one of the saddest things for me, because cheesecake is excellent. It's so good. Also, Becca says chocolate lava cake, which tracks Rebecca.
Oh, like a molten lava cake, like you get from like a restaurant.
Yeah, that's a chocolate lava cake.
That's a very excellent point, Becca.
It is the problem with the chocolate lava cake. You get one chance to eat it, and there's no saving it. It's never going to be the same. Because when you let that, all right, asshole.
This
Come on.
dungeon is like a whole bunch of middle fingers.
Hey, Connor, what do you mean you only get one chance to eat it?
So, sorry, I was trying to explain, and then the dickhead slug got in the way. So basically, part of the enjoyment of that lava cake is cutting it open and seeing that hot, oozy chocolate sauce, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Bold of you to assume it lasts long enough that you could be eating leftover of something.
that's fair. But like, what I'm saying is that like, if you don't finish it and you take it back as leftovers, you're left with something that isn't gonna have that original like ooze, but also since you're putting a liquid sauce next to a sponge cake, what you then get is a sponge cake that absorbs more liquid. And you no longer have the sauce.
It's
Once
a similar thing to like the volcano cakes that are like
that gets it.
Look, I'm just saying.
Ice cream on the insides, so the ice cream all melts and it's no longer warm or cold, and it's just soggy.
Yeah, but the best part is as you eat it and it all mixes together. That's the best part of like a molten lava cake.
Yes,
but also
it doesn't last. You need to eat.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't last because I eat it all the fuck up.
But also I need to point out, Tom literally just pointed out the one that Chili's used to have, which was a massive. It was a cake. It was a full-sized cake.
Yeah, that's called, you get it when you have multiple people. You can split it and there's none left.
Yeah.
Also, Becca, you really should be careful about throwing a stone in that one for not eating all the lava cake, because you are the person who would not eat a whole cake. You constantly have leftovers, honey. Nothing wrong with it. I occasionally get a free lunch out of it, but still.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're my size and like my eating habits,
you could probably put it away.
Not the way I used to.
Okay. You're getting older, buddy. I can't.
Yeah, no,
I can't put food away the same way I used to. Oh.
Back in the day, I think I could out eat anyone in this group.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but you could not out eat my brother. He eats so fast.
I will say.
Oh, I don't mean speed. I mean quantity.
Oh god. You guys ever stop and like think about some of the things that you ate as a kid and go, "Wow, I can't do that anymore"?
Yeah. Once when I was younger, I made a box of cake mix to eat the cake batter.
What the fuck? I would be stuck on the toilet for the next year.
I didn't eat all of it. At a certain point, I felt really guilty and just made the rest of it into a cake.
What the fuck, dude?
Not exactly like things I could eat that I could eat now, but something I definitely regretted was when I was little at one point, ran out of like any confectionery items in the house, like chocolates and stuff like that. So I was like, we have baking chocolate, that's the same thing. An entire brick though, bacon. It's like 100% bitter cacao.
Oh! How did you eat that? That's horrific. I can't say that much, because me as a kid, you know what? I was a weird kid. One day as a kid, I was hungry and my dad was cooking. He was cooking potatoes. So I grabbed a raw potato and a thing of salt, and I ate an entire russet potato, just salted it occasionally, still raw.
There are people who actually eat potatoes raw.
It's just it's one of those things where, like, I think I could take a bite. I ate the entire thing.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
What do you mean, the Christian couple that never had impure thoughts? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, Tom? What do you mean?
Connor,
You'll have to get to that part of the maze, you have to come through a door.
He eats an entire raw potato anytime he gets in the mood. I'm sorry. Bro stuffs an entire raw potato in his face whenever he's like, "Ah, fuck, I'm bricked up, brother. I gotta eat the potato. I gotta do it every time." Shut the fuck up. What? Now, oh, we're introducing that into this game.
Yes.
Fuck you.
There's specifically 3 places in this entire game that have them.
Oh, okay.
And one of them is the final dungeon, which is basically has a bunch of miniature copies of like mechanics in the dungeons. You can, I think, blow them up or hit them at the ammo when you get that.
God, I'm sorry. Just the idea of someone sitting next to his wife and just looking over at her. He just gets up, comes back, just crunching down on a fucking russet potato. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's tickled me so badly.
Tickled you, huh? You need to eat a potato?
I need a potato. You know what? Fuck it. We're wrapping up stream there. We're moving away from the potato boner talk. Thank you all so very much for being here for the stream.
Four's Wind, if you haven't closed the game already.
I have not yet closed the game. I will use Feor's Wind. Fuck. Excuse me. We're gonna wrap up stream here. Thank you all so very much for being here. Bears, Tom, nice having you guys hang out with us. Special thanks to my friends for being here for the stream. Adam, Cody, Jess, who left and went to go make food, and Becca, who appeared in chat, I believe, for a little bit. But we are gonna wrap up here. Stream on Wednesday. It's going to be.
You hit return and
Whoops. Well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good enough.
You have the shortcut.
Thank you all so very much for being here. Wednesday, we're going to be going back to Spyro 2. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave it off. Say bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.